Oh man, we have drama already.
Oh, what's happening?
You know, Joe does video on the show.
Well,
His other jobs, his less important job is video. His more important job, trash, dog walking, and now plant retrieval.
the trap.
The trap, yeah. We got a Venus flytrap, but the Venus flytrap requires 6 hours of sunlight. So every day after the show, we put it outside in the little garden that I have outside. And this morning at about 5:15, my Ring doorbell went off. I just thought Joe got here really early. And when I came back, I heard it was still quiet. So I looked on the Ring doorbell, and it was what is a group of raccoons called?
Group? Pack?
Paccoons. There was a paccoons in my backyard, and they attacked the Venus flytrap. So it is here. But what happened, Joe? We suffered about 70% of our dirt.
We did. I'm gonna have to go in there and get some new dirt.
Oh man, not good.
Why would you put it where the raccoons could get to it?
I didn't.
He put it on the. He actually left it in the perfect spot. Ralphie's tortoise pen is back there, and he put it on top of the corner of the tortoise pen so that it would still get water from the sprinklers, but that it would be off the ground. And the raccoon, I watched the video, specifically crawled up there, and they messed around with the Venus flytrap and knocked it off the thing.
Yeah, you're under attack when it comes to the
I think
raccoons.
so.
There's multiple, and they're all like coming for you.
Yeah, but
conspiring.
that was brought on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's the thing. By the way, a group of raccoons is called a gaze or a nursery.
Bunch of gays in my backyard this morning.
These gay raccoons over here.
All right.
Gays.
Yeah, this is your wife's fault.
Yeah.
When she fed the one raccoon and made friends,
Told its friends.
now there's like a whole gay of raccoons
Got
attacking
all the
us.
gays in my backyard now.
Yeah.
You're under siege.
How do you spell that? Gaze?
Yep.
Gays?
Yeah, gaze. It actually says collective brace, gaze, smack. Gotta smack a raccoons.
I gotta tell you,
Committee.
I'm gonna have to go back there and kill the gays.
Yeah.
Sound like Kanye.
Yeah, don't take that out of context.
No,
Don't do that.
I hate the gays.
Raccoons.
These gays are really messing up my property.
Yeah.
Raccoons.
Yeah. The gays are all up in my trap.
With AI now, anything could be said, and you don't even know if it's real or not.
Dude,
Yeah,
I saw the most realistic video yesterday. It wasn't it's not real, but there was nothing about it that looked AI. It was Melania Trump.
I was just saying, was it Trump running from a bear?
No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
Melania Trump walking through a cocktail party, and she had been offered a cocktail wiener, and she was holding it up, and it was a small orange wiener, and she was laughing at it as if it was Donald's. And then he came walking up behind, and she kind of looked at him and looked at the wiener and laughed, and they just walked away. And I thought, this didn't happen, but it looks so real.
But do you know how many people think that that's real?
I got to tell you, Galvin, part of me still thinks it's real. Like, I know it wasn't. It's impossible that happened, but it looks so real. It's hard for me to determine.
I told you my mother-in-law called my wife and said that the guy Mike from whatchamacallit, where they go and find all the stuff, they find all the antiques and stuff.
The Pickers, American Pickers.
American Pickers, that he murdered the other guy and that he was in jail
Right.
and all this stuff.
Your mother-in-law is the one that we call to go, we've kidnapped your daughter, and
yeah, she's paying whatever you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And so I told I go, it's not true. I go, they're always in things. I go, they say the tattoo girl died in a skiing accident and stuff, whatever. So she told her mom, she goes, that's not true. And she goes, what do you mean it's not true? And she goes, it's fake. It's a made up thing, whatever. And she goes, oh, I have so many people to call back. She just told everyone.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
So is this not the first thing you do? When I got a thing the other day, it popped up on my Instagram that said Clint Eastwood died.
Yeah.
And I felt like I would have heard that from 100 other places, not Instagram. So I immediately go to Google, put in Clint Eastwood, and click news.
Yeah, I usually do that, or I go to Twitter and I put in the name to see what comes up, and if there's any actual articles and stuff, not just people talking about it.
Yeah,
Twitter's where I go first.
Twitter,
yeah,
really,
yeah, that's quick. They're quicker than the news.
Yeah, they're quick. They have a lot of independent journalists, and they have a lot of people that break news. It's real news, and like I said, it's not just Green Helmet 943 says that.
I also think by the time you're seeing it on another app, a news outlet would at least report it so you could verify it.
A lot
you
of
know
times,
what I mean?
it seems like the news outlets, even like beat reporters, they'll throw it up on Twitter and then go write the story
Right.
for their website
Gotcha.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, Clint Eastwood's not dead, by the way.
No.
Just
That's
don't
good.
want to start that rumor. But the American Picker guy killed the other guy.
Killed
in the
the other
car.
guy,
Yeah, and ate his body.
But the other guy did die, right? Frank is dead.
Did he?
I think he
Yeah,
died.
he did die.
Yeah, because we had talked about taking him on the death pool. I remember. But
I don't know. I remember there was a story about
He
the
was
tattoo
sick.
girl.
Frank
Yeah.
Fritz,
Yeah, Frank Fritz.
yeah,
Is he dead?
dead.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
the tall, skinny guy. He's the
No, the
brown,
little fat guy.
Yeah.
It's always the
September 2024.
It's always the fat guy who dies.
Well,
They said you never seen 80-year-old fat guys.
It's not true. My
That's
whole
a-
family was 80-year-old fat guys.
I mean, you're an exception to the rule then.
Were they
Yeah.
80?
I don't know. They just seemed 80.
Exactly.
Clearly.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
They're probably in their 50s.
Yeah, you look at it, he's actually 51.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, well.
That's why Norm died.
Oh, Norm.
Dude,
That-
Norm looked terrible.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
A buddy of mine saw him at a Comic-Con like last year, a couple of months ago.
He always looked like he was just woken up.
Yeah, and he said he looked kind of rough at the Comic-Con.
Do they have enough money from Cheers for the rest of their lives?
Who knows what kind of deal they did, because that was before. That was
Big
right
money
before. I guess that was right around it though, because remember Meredith Baxter Burney was making $1 million an episode.
Was she really for
Some-
family
or
ties?
maybe not $1 million, maybe
No.
like 100,000 an episode or something. But it
Okay.
was wild. I remember back then. No, because then Friends was making like $1 million.
Right.
I want to say she was making like 100,000, and that was huge for
Then.
and especially a female. They were like, oh my god, they're paying a lady $100,000. Yeah.
She's one of the most unlikable human beings.
Oh really?
Yeah, I didn't like
To
anything about
you?
To-
Like in real life or just the show?
To me. No, just to me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't I find her character on the TV show, that old hippie, to be annoying. She seems like she's gross in real life. I don't know. I just don't like her.
I will tell you, out of Family Ties, if I had to get rid of one, it would be her.
Yeah, we don't need her.
No,
And then Tina Yothers would be a close second.
I'm even keeping Nick and Skippy.
Well, Nick was great.
Yeah.
Nick was great. We were supposed to have Skippy on the show. I think I'm the only one that cares about Skippy. Every time he comes to town, I'm like, yeah, I'll have Skippy on.
Joe
But
is
it never
showing.
happened.
Joe is showing a picture. Meredith, lesbian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because she is with somebody who is either her son that transitioned or a female soccer player.
Yeah.
Something's
she
going
is,
on
she is lesbian.
Interesting.
Anybody got any big plans for the weekend? Got a 3-day weekend coming up?
No, not really.
I'm going to go see Mission Impossible that you two jerk-offs tried to spoil for me after the show yesterday.
Gio is out in the garage area, and Mike goes, "Hey, let's pretend to spoil it for Gio when he comes back in and start talking about Mission Impossible and stuff." And I got to tell you, we did a pretty good job.
I was convinced because Galvin's like, so he's dead? That's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Like,
I
I
right
go,
at the
they
end.
didn't leave it open ended. Like he
No.
can come back, and Mike was like, "No, you definitely know he is for sure." dead." And Gio, it took him a minute. He's like, "Oh man, come on! I don't hear that."
Oh,
You don't know
jerk-offs.
if he lives or dies.
No,
I didn't tell
no.
Galvin either. Galvin
Yeah.
just said what he said.
Yeah,
So
I was so mad. I'm like, oh my god.
They do kill Clint Eastwood though.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
And Norm from Cheers.
And
Yeah.
Mike Fritz,
Yeah.
or whatever his name is. Holy cow! Yeah, I'm going to the beach this weekend. Boy, I gotta tell you, I hate the beach.
You go to the beach a lot for a guy who hates it so
My
much.
wife and my daughter love it. That's what they want to do, and I don't get it. I don't understand.
My whole family loves the beach except me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I don't hate it,
No,
but
no,
I'm
no,
not
exactly.
like,
I don't. First of all, sand,
yeah.
and then hot.
hot.
Yeah, and then boring, just sitting there.
If it's up to me, I'm not choosing the beach.
Right. I told him, I go, you guys, I told him yesterday, I go, I hate the beach, and I go, just know that it's gonna come back. I'm coming back next weekend. We're doing something I want to do.
Yeah.
And they were like what? Disney? You don't scare us. I go, yeah, I guess.
You don't go in the water at all?
Yeah, I do go in the water. That's the only thing I kind of like is going in the water. And but my daughter won't hang out with me anymore in the water, and my wife likes to read her 9 books. So
Just out
I'm
there
just
by
sitting in the
yourself.
water, and then I'm the size of a baby seal, so sharks are looking at me. So I'm like, this is not the most fun thing to do. Nobody ever wants to hang out with me in the water. I'm always just like
Yeah.
bobbing around doing nothing, boring.
Well, have fun.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It'll be a
Appreciate
great
it.
weekend.
Seems like a good time.
Joe, what are you doing?
Well, I think I might be going to Ian's place. He's got something going on this
He
weekend.
does. He's got the big food truck out there and the whole deal.
The Bayou Blitz, I think he's on
That
it.
sounds
Yeah,
really
I got a
good.
hold of Dizzy, and he said that he and Nicole are going to go over there, so we'll probably ride over there with them on Sunday.
Dizzy's like your new Spanish.
He's new Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's your new little sidekick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Same height and everything.
Yeah, fits right in.
Yeah.
He's like Johnny Bravo. Fits the jacket.
Yep.
Is that how you feel? You feel like you're compensating, making up for the loss?
No. Actually, Sugar Pants likes hanging out with them. So
Okay.
she's like, see what they're doing. I'd like, because we were talking about going to Ian's place, and she's like, well, let's see what Dizzy and Nicole are doing, and maybe we'll ride over there with them.
Now,
So-
does Sugar Pants also partake in the left-handed cigarette?
Oh,
Oh, yes.
no.
Definitely partakes in the left-handed cigarette.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's wrong, Goblin?
I hate you.
We need to get we need to get an update on is Brian Knobs. I'm not hearing anything anymore.
I saw a Facebook post.
Oh, you did?
Maybe probably about a week ago, and it was him like talking.
Oh,
and
good.
He went in the hospital,
Oh, that's good.
but he was saying that he was still dealing with issues with the foot.
Not good.
Still,
That
in,
means
still
he still got it, though.
yeah, but still living in a hotel since like the hurricane.
Yeah, that's wild.
I feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
So do I.
He lost his house.
Carmen likes to tell people that I'm rich. I'm not really rich. But
We've already decided you are.
But Brian Knobs knows somebody that is really rich. Actually,
Oh,
he knows a couple of people that are really, really rich.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
Like rich enough to buy Hooters. Why not rich enough to put Brian Knobs in a small house?
Or
Get him out of a hotel.
or a goddamn apartment.
For
Yeah,
a year.
that's what I'm saying.
For a year.
Yeah,
Hey, here's a year for you to get back on your foot.
Yeah.
and it,
What? What happened? What did I say?
but yes, I agree.
Where's Sags during all this?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen.
Probably in the other hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever. You never see those guys together, really.
No, I wonder if they're what the deal is.
Yeah, but yeah, he knows plenty of people that should be able. You think would help him out.
I know.
And
it
it
makes
would-
me feel bad because he's such a nice guy too.
People that could help him out and would not affect. They wouldn't even know the money's gone.
Right, right. What would it cost to pay for an apartment for a year?
Oh, yeah.
$1,000 a month?
Yeah.
I don't know, but obviously, yes, a multimillionaire should be paying for this, but I am not opposed at all to go and play like a benefit or do something, whatever, Pipple Toddler, and we raise money for Knobs.
Yeah.
I mean, I would totally be down for that, and I think a lot of people would want to help out because he is such a great guy.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I would do that. We could probably put together a little festival of shows.
Yeah.
A bunch of bands. All right, I'm down. I'm
We
in.
could call it the 1 foot in the door show.
We went to Whiskey Willie's last weekend.
Oh,
We
I
were
thought
so-
you were about to say again last night.
No, no, no,
I was
no.
like, and you didn't call me?
Guys,
But
party.
we were so impressed with Whiskey Willie's. We were like, we should bring the band here. We should play here, and we'd pack that place out. That would be
yeah.
great. So I have good news. Pete talked to Whiskey Willie's yesterday. We were in the process of putting together a
wow.
dive bar tour
I'm
for
in.
Pipple Toddler.
Like,
yeah, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
We have the next gig we have locked in is 4th of July at the Beach Club in Siesta Key.
Right.
That'll be really fun, and that'll kick off a little 4th of July week. And then I don't think the dive bar tour will start. I don't know. Most of us are like booked up until middle of June, but we'll get something going. That'll be fun. We haven't played in a little while. When we don't play, I get the itch to play. Then we play, and I complain about it.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. Carmen, why are you so quiet this morning? Doing yoga?
No, sorry, there's a lot going on.
Wow, every morning there's
wow.
something going on. What's going on now?
I can't say it on air, but I will text you guys.
Oh.
Oh, is somebody in trouble?
No.
Oh, yeah. What'd they do?
What can't you say?
We say everything on
Oh. I wonder if it's something that happened before.
I don't know what that means.
Unclean
yeah,
time?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Something
No.
like-
Interesting.
Oh.
No? Oh, okay.
No, it's about
Oh,
to, it's
okay.
about to be,
Yeah.
but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
A
cool.
No,
lot.
that's completely different.
Yeah.
yeah,
Now I feel like a jerk.
yeah. You are. It's okay.
Carpet force.
Oh my God. Gio.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me. So remember when I talked about the lady that DM'd me whenever I put up the thing that said Christy Brinkley is going to be on the show, and she wrote why,
Right.
and I wrote back because she's not you.
Yes.
And I said maybe she's just wondering what was the reason, like promoting her book.
Yeah.
I assumed she was just being rude.
Yeah.
And
She got bitch face.
And Gio said, "What if she's asking like why? Like what's she going to be on there for? Like what is Christy Brinkley doing?" And I went, "Oh my god." This lady wrote back, "I'm sorry. I was just asking why she was going to be on the show."
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Listen, I haven't seen Christy Brinkley in a long time and was interested in what she was promoting. Sorry, I just said why. Maybe that was rude. I shouldn't have responded to your post. My bad. I've been traveling and stressed out, and I haven't been able to listen to the show in a few weeks. I hope it was a good interview. I love listening to the show.
I don't believe her. I don't believe her at all.
Well-
I don't believe her. I believe she got busted being bitchy.
Well, I don't know. I wrote back and told her, I go, you know what's so bad? I go, I took it as rude, and Gio said, what if she's just asking what Christy Brinkley's up to? I said, I'm sorry, I jumped to thinking you were being rude. And she's like, no worries, I love the show. And I'm
No,
so
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
on.
I don't buy it. Here's the thing.
Wow.
I'm having Joe Biden on the show tomorrow. Why? Why? He's the goddamn former president.
That's a little bit different.
That's a polarizing figure.
Okay. I'm having
Meredith Baxter Burney.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because she's a famous person.
No. But why? Like she has a new book out?
No,
or this, that?
no. You don't care really.
Yes.
All right.
Here's what I have. I have Michael J. Fox on the show tomorrow. You don't say why. You go, oh, really? And then while he's on the show, he promotes something. That's what happens. Tonight on The Late Show with David Letterman, we welcome Martin Short. And then Martin Short comes on the show, and he's funny Martin Short. And then he goes, by the way, you could see Martin Short this week at the shows. I don't buy that. I think she got busted being bitchy.
I'll tell you what. I forgave her. And
I'm not saying you shouldn't forgive her.
I'll forward her information to you, and you can fight with her.
No, I don't. I already broke up with her.
I feel like Christy Brinkley is the level of like, oh, what's she up to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she even said, I haven't seen her for a while and wanted to know.
Yeah.
No,
She's not coming on because she's friends with us.
No. Then you don't need to know a reason why we're having a guest.
Of course you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says why.
Unless it's a
But-
superstar guest, of course.
But it's also, she's engaging. She listens to the show. She said it wrong. She said why.
Yeah.
She
I don't
should have
believe her.
said, oh, cool. What does she have going on?
Right.
I believe she got called out for being bitchy, and she admitted it. She said, I've been stressed out lately, and I made a dumb, bitchy response, is
Wow.
what she said. I did a Meet Dave, Dave Williamson, the comedian, who's also does a barbecuing podcast. He came to me and he said, I'm coming out and I'm going to do like a little barbecue festival. Do you have any purveyors that would be willing to donate some meat and we'll give them social media plugs? And I said, yeah, I bet Prime Butcher would. So I went to Prime Butcher and Peppy gave us a thing of meat for him to make. And then he also went to Heights Meat Market. And Heights Meat Market, which is another good place for meat, they were out there with their cooker, their smoker, at Side Splitters. That's where they were doing it before the show. So I took a picture of meat on the smoker and I put it up on social media and I said, thanks to Prime Butcher for donating the meat. And the lady from Heights Meat Market direct messaged me and said, that's literally my smoker that you're putting up there and promoting Prime Butcher. And I go, well, yeah. I go, there was two purveyors. One was Heights Meat Market. One was Prime Butcher. I was in charge of promoting Prime Butcher. They were promoting, and she's like, I'm sorry. And she goes, I just had a baby and I'm in a bad mood, or I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was like, I'm pregnant and I'm irritable. And I go, oh, okay. And that to me, she was forward. She was like, I was just being bitchy that day. And I went, that's okay. That's acceptable.
This
That
lady
woman,
said she was stressed
got
and she
busted.
Oh.
She got
She
busted
said
being
she
bitchy.
loves Christy Brinkley and she's curious what she's
Yeah.
up to.
If she
I think-
loved Christy Brinkley, her response should have been, I will be tuned in.
No.
I will be listening.
Christy Brinkley's not somebody who's out there all the time. She kind of, disappears for a while. So
Yeah.
to me, it makes sense.
No one ever says when you have a guest on why unless they're being a dick.
I mean, every guest is coming on for a reason, not just
Yes.
to like hang out.
Right,
Unless they're
exactly.
Kevin Smith.
Exactly.
Kevin Smith comes on just to hang out.
Yes. But most guests, nobody said that Kevin Smith's going to be on the show. They didn't go why. The only time I get a why is when people don't like Carlos Mencia and they're like, Carlos Mencia's coming to the show. Why would you talk to him?
Yeah, people are. I noticed there's a lot of people in the comments who are like crapping on
Because
him.
people are sheep.
Yeah,
Because Joe Rogan doesn't like Carlos Mencia. You're not allowed to like him anymore.
yeah, Carlos
That's
is great.
Carlos is great.
Yeah.
And Carlos talks about everything. There's nothing you can go to Carlos and say, hey, when the Joe Rogan thing, he's not like, no, let's not bring that up. He brought it up. I
Yeah.
didn't bring it up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sick of talking about it. He had something to say about it, so he said it. And that was it. And people are like, let me tell you something. Ned didn't. While he was on the show, he said that his name was Ned and that he's from Honduras. There's no secret in that. It's not like we didn't know, and it's not like he doesn't talk about it.
Yeah, someone was like, "Oh, dude, people go still see this loser." Yeah, he's got like 4 sold out shows.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. If you there are plenty of people I don't like. You don't hear them on the show. Well, some people I put on the show that I don't like because they're more interesting to other people, but I don't go see them. And I don't promote them as hard because I'm just not that into them. It's just weird that people and how you let somebody else influence you so bad. Like you will not do something because somebody else didn't do it.
Even if I don't like somebody, though, I'd be interested to hear what they say.
How dare you make sense?
Yeah. But also, do you know that there's literally they came up with a phrase for that? Hate watching.
Yeah.
Or hate.
Yeah.
People do it all the time. People hate watch stuff all the time. I mean, it's crazy that people are more apt to comment and do stuff on stuff that they hate than they like. Nobody calls up a restaurant to say, "Hey, I had a really nice time in there." You know what I mean? It's always the server stuck his thumb in my pie. You know,
Kanye West is easily one of the worst human beings alive right now, especially. I'd put Kanye West on the air tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to.
You have to. That's
Yeah.
what we do. And if I said Kanye was going to be on the show tomorrow, and you wrote back why, I wouldn't think it was anything but you being bitchy.
Yeah, but Kanye makes sense because
He's
it's
in the news.
Massive
Yeah.
star to the
Polarizing.
news. Christy Brinkley.
Christy Brinkley is one of the original supermodels. She's one of the most famous women in
Right.
modeling of all time. There's no way you go. Why would
what
you
has
have
she
her
done
on?
lately?
But yeah, she
She
not in
wrote
the
a book.
news. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't have. You don't have to know.
That's why.
She's only doing press though if she's promoting something. She's that level of celebrity.
Also,
Right,
if you asked 1,000 people, did you know Kanye is a Nazi now? 999 would go, "Yep." And then if you asked 1,000 people, did you know Chrissy Brinkley wrote a book? 5 of them would go, "Yeah."
Yeah, I
And-
know that still doesn't make it sense. That's
Well, I forget.
she's a celebrity.
Yeah.
We're friends now.
I'm not.
She's
I
actually-
refuse to ever talk to that woman.
She's
again.
actually here.
Huge
Come on
fan.
in, Helen.
Helen. You look like a Helen.
Helen, I knew what you were saying the whole time.
Look, Gio, that's very nice.
Oh, come on, man.
For all I know, she was listening and heard that, and she was like, "Oh, good, I'll use that."
Yes, for sure.
Oh.
For sure. All right, let's take a break and get the show rolling this morning. It is Friday. Our phone numbers, if you need to reach us, 800-771-1025. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away when we come back. It is Sporcle will be next. And then we got, we'll be blowing out a bunch of tickets this morning. Just get rid of them. We got a comedian coming in on the show today named Paul Morrisy. I have never had Paul on the show before. Don't ask me why. He's a comedian and he has shows in town. That's why we're having him on the show.
Okay, I was gonna
Why?
ask.
Yeah, because he used to be married to Billy Joel.
Oh, perfect.
So we're having him on the show today.
Cool.
It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Carmen, what do we got to give away today in our last day of the week for Sporcle?
So we have tickets for Dierks Bentley, Nikki Glazer, Avril Lavigne, and Cage the Elephant.
Who won yesterday? Galvin or Gio? Gio won yesterday. All right, Galvin is the current champion.
Where is Nikki Glazer going to be?
The Sound?
Yeah, Big Hair Sound.
Much
Oh, really?
weird, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's probably too big for Ruth Eckerd Hall, but not big enough for the amphitheater.
Comedy outside.
Sounds sweaty.
Exactly.
In June.
Sweaty
Yeah.
Nikki Glazer.
I like Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. You all right today, Joe?
Yeah, Michael.
All right.
He's thrown off by the trap being moved by the raccoons.
I know where I'm going to get the dirt, though.
Oh,
Michael.
you got a new dirt pile?
Oh, yeah. I got
All
a new
right.
dirt pile I'm working on.
Thank you. What are we playing today, Carmen?
All right, today we're going to be playing 3 songs, 1 missing word. I'm going to give you part of 3 song titles. You're going to give me the word that they are all missing.
All right.
Okay? Your first one. Beautiful, everyday. Gio. Highest in the hotel
California.
service, white.
Say it again, please.
Highest in the blank, hotel blank service, white blank.
Room.
Yeah.
Took me a second there.
Galvin. Love, sugar, psychedelic.
First, nope, idiot.
Shaq.
Mike. Jams, motion, hands. Blank jams, blank motion.
Slow.
Galvin. Sarah,
Smile.
make me. Galvin. Caroline, but
Sweet.
psycho. Sweet is correct, Pat Pat.
Michael.
No way.
100%. 100%.
Mike gets the point. Little flirt, old road, without
Country.
pity. Little blank flirt, old blank road, blank without
Country.
pity.
Dirt.
Town.
Oh, town. How quickly we forget.
Yeah.
Your next one. Show me knows too much.
Nobody.
Love.
Show me blank, blank knows too much. No, blank. Sorry.
Satisfaction.
Heaven. Show me heaven. Heaven knows.
Daisies.
8 miles. Hopes. Natural.
Woman.
8 miles. Blank. Blank. Hopes. Natural. Blank.
Ride.
I don't know.
Natural ninnies.
High. 8 miles high.
All right.
High hopes. Natural high. The line.
Walk.
Can't. Us. Baby on. Blank the line. Can't blank us. Baby blank on.
Now I get it.
Dance. I don't know.
Hold is what I was looking for. No
Half point.
point. Eyes, heart, like the
Hungry.
wolf. Yes, Mike Calta and Pap Pap. We are halfway there.
Gio is on the board with a single point. Michael and Galvin are both tied with 3.
All right, we are playing 3 songs, 1 missing word. Your next one, blinding
Light.
down. What'd you say?
Lights.
Lights is correct. Gio, is that what you said?
I said light.
Okay, Galvin gets the point.
I thought Galvin said light too.
Integrity. Your next one, what do, who, wander, how can we be?
Friends.
What blank do, blank who wander, how
People.
can we be blank?
How can we be people?
Friends. Is that what you said?
Lovers. What lovers do? Jimmy, the knife,
Back.
return of the, yes,
What'd you say?
Back.
Galvin.
Oh.
Galvin got it.
Oh, relax over there.
Your next one. Don't lose my
Number.
heartaches by the Galvin. Light, more, little sign. Blank light, blank more,
Stop.
Neon.
blank little sign.
Big.
Gimme is what I was looking for. Rainy night in, midnight train
Georgia.
to Mike. Bound for the Pondy on the
What was the second one?
bound for the blank Pondy blank on the blank.
Water.
Front.
Ocean.
Floor.
Yeah.
No point. Youth. Blues. Avenue.
Electric.
Mike. Lady. Inferno. Duck.
Disco.
Geo. Woman. Inside. Sympathy for the
Fire.
devil. Galvin. Yes, okay. I'm right on track. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good job, Carmen.
Let's
Dance.
Monkey, Galvin, and Pap. We are on the last 3.
Gio has 2 points on the board. Michael has 5, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 8.
Oh, man. Crush.
All right, 3 songs, 1 missing word. Last 3. Here we go. Guy, medicine,
Man.
1
No.
apple.
Bad.
Yes, Mike Calta.
Do you say medicine man?
I did. She's a medicine man.
That's a good point.
No point. Well, Mike gets the point. Next one. Ring my
Bell.
Mike.
Oh, come on. No comebacks here.
And the last one. Midnight. Jackie.
Train.
Blue.
Blue.
Oh, come on.
Mike Calta.
All right.
He
Well-
needed the money.
The one that Joe gave him.
What do you mean? Oh, guy.
Come on.
Way ahead of you.
No way.
All right, here we go.
Integrity.
No way.
So this is between.
Geo's out.
Yes, Geo's out.
Out.
This is between Mike and Galvin. Last one.
What is Geo, Joe? Out.
Here we go. Working for the
Weekend.
Galvin.
Yeah. Give me that
What were the
cowbell.
other 2?
Give me that cowbell.
Him for the in New England.
I wouldn't have got it.
Him for the weekend?
You know.
HYMN.
Oh,
Oh.
Gotcha.
I thought like Diddy. Like hired him for the weekend.
Nope. No.
Your final score, Gio with 2 points on the board, Michael with 8, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 9.
Kachaya! Woo, woo, woo! Trademark 2021.
What line are you playing for, Galvin?
Go line 5, please.
All right. Good morning. Who is this?
This is Nina.
Hi, Nina. How are you?
I am so excited that you picked my line because I'm on hold like every day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Well, I'm so excited that you're on the line. Normally, I go to the phone line and some guy is like, hey, what's up? It's Rolf. Rolf. And today I
Oh
got
no, I'm ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Look, I like this so much. What do you do
excited
for a
to
living?
Go to? Oh.
I work at a pest control company.
Oh, we got flies in here. If you
Yeah.
can come get rid of the flies.
I know, I've heard.
Yeah.
You may have something dead up there.
I think it's Joe.
Joe's
Joe died
been
a
in
long time
somewhere.
ago.
Oh, I'm not dead.
I will put you on hold. Carmen will grab you here during the break, and we will hook you up with the prize of your choice, Pumpkin. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, there you
What
go.
do you think she's going? Luke Bryan?
No.
We don't have Luke Bryan.
She's
Oh,
going
sorry.
Nikki Glazer.
Oh, maybe she's going on her own dime. I don't know.
Calvin just wanted to know if she was going to the show.
Oh, okay.
All right, what do we have coming up in news, Calvin?
Well, before we get to news, why don't you guys tell me how awesome I am at Sporcle and how terrible you guys are?
I thought you were great at Sporcle today. You won, and even though I mounted a comeback, you still beat me because I fall short in the end.
No, I like it. I like it.
You're great at Sporcle today. You beat my streak, and Mike didn't win at all this week.
Not a
The
streak.
whole week?
Not a streak. One is not a streak.
I had 2 in a row.
You had 2 in a row?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. You got to let us know that.
Yeah.
You're going for 3 and ruining my rule.
I won. You,
did.
you won.
Geo shady with that.
No,
definitely.
Galvin won Monday and Tuesday. I won Wednesday and Thursday, and then Galvin won today.
Oh.
Mike, no wins on the week.
Wow.
That is very rare.
That
What are the
is rare.
year-to-date- what are the year-to-date totals?
The year-to-date totals, I have 10 wins. Galvin has 29, and Mike has 56.
I've tripled your win.
That is true.
More than triple.
I'm so impressed. You must
Can
be
you-
really smart.
I am. I'm a genius.
Can you
Not
say
this
that one
week.
more time, Geo? You have 10.
I have 10.
Galvin has 29.
Yes,
And Mike has
56.
Thank you.
Why? What are you doing?
She's double checking him.
Well, I transcribe the show
Yeah.
of what we do. So when he does that, I put it in. So if we ever have a little mishap, I don't have
like
to
it.
go back as far.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like it. Carmen's on her
Last-
game.
Yeah, last time I had to count like 3 months of
See, I'm a-
Sporcles.
I'm always trying to convince you guys that Carmen does a lot of stuff, and you're always saying she does nothing.
I know.
You know what?
I know Carmen does a lot of stuff.
You should hear him over here, Carmen. He's like, she doesn't do anything. If she was gone, it wouldn't make any difference. And
I
can't
know.
believe that she's trying to get money.
Yeah.
I can't believe she's trying to get money for yoga.
I
Trust
can't
me,
believe that you said like I'm saying that.
Mike, you have literally said this before.
What have
on
I said?
air.
What have I said?
Carmen is out of sight, out of mind. I don't know what she does.
Whoa.
She doesn't really do anything.
That is 100% untrue.
Carmen, out of everyone on the show, who would you say is your biggest champion?
Galvin.
100.
Oh, and I'm second.
No.
I know Carmen does a lot.
I created Unsung Hero.
As a joke.
No.
You did it to mock me.
That is not true.
I will tell you, Galvin is my biggest champion.
Oh.
Recently, because of the changes with the show and stuff, Gio is now in the understanding of how much I actually do.
I understand how much you do.
He just doesn't care.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
I don't know what she does.
No, I didn't say I don't know what she. When did I ever say I don't know what she does?
I literally have this audio, Mike.
When did I say I don't know what you do?
When you said she is out of sight, out of mind, I don't know what she does.
Those are two different things.
No, it was a whole phrase.
It was that was like your saying of what you said. She's out of sight, she's out of mind. I literally have no idea what she does.
Carmen transcribes the whole show and saves everything. She archives it all.
Yeah.
So she probably knows what you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carmen, the other day we went to break and Mike goes, "These flies are more important than Carmen."
Yeah.
To our show.
I agree. Yeah.
I said they work harder than Carmen. I didn't say they were more important than Carmen.
Yeah.
The flies can't talk. They can't do Sporcle.
I imagine Carmen just has a file of all the bad things. And it's just marked.
I think Carmen is the hardest working person on the show.
All right.
I've said it.
Now.
Yeah, I'm saying it publibly. I would say.
Yeah, but you don't mean that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
After we convinced you.
Yeah.
Carmen.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. What do I do, Mike?
Wouldn't you say that not 2 years ago, you and I had a conversation at Christmas time off the air, and I was like, okay, my bad. I understand more of what you do.
Right.
Okay, and that
But
ever since then.
But it also took me calling you, bawling my eyes out in frustration for you to even be like, "Oh, I had no idea. Why don't you say anything?"
Yeah.
And my response was, "I do say something," and you just say, "Just get it done," or
yeah. Well, I'm sorry. That's the school that I come from. Just get it done.
Right.
Carmen has never cried to me.
Yeah.
No.
Carmen has cried to me.
Yes.
She's cried to you too?
Oh yeah, this is a while back though.
It was like Gio's first week, and he came in, and I was the only one here, and he was the first person I saw, and I was like having a really bad day, and I was just bawling my eyes out.
I'm like, all right, you need a hug? This is how it's gonna be then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. You seem to me that you're pretty miserable.
No.
Kinda.
No, I'm frustrated, and again, it's so speak up when you're frustrated. Okay, I'll speak up when I'm frustrated, but then nothing gets done. And then at the time it's okay. So basically, at this point, it is this is what it's going to be, and it's either get over it.
But do you ever think it's not what it's going to be? It's what you make of it.
Right.
I know Carmen being there, she does get tasked with all the not fun stuff with the show.
Well, and it's and the
like
other
a lot of tedious stuff that's just not fun to do.
Yes.
And every good idea is, this is a good idea. The show should do it. Carmen, do it. But it's never, here's more work, so here's more money, or here's more work, we'll take something off your plate. It's just, here's more work.
What has been the more work?
I mean, the most recent thing that got put on my plate is making a daily tease. And again, what I'm saying is, I know the job and the little thing is not hard.
No, but can I just throw this in there, out of sight, out of mind? Okay?
Right.
I don't know anything about this daily tease. So at one point, if somebody says to you, Carmen, we need you to do the daily tease, why don't you say, okay, well, come to me and say, I can't do the other thing. We need to figure out somebody else has to do this.
Mike, you were in the meeting where the tease came up, where the idea came to light. It was the meeting that we all were in.
Oh yeah.
And then it got thrown around. And then I said, how about I do it this way instead of doing a daily tease? And then it was, well, the whole show will help you. They'll text you and something's really funny so you can mark it.
I won't help you.
That is true.
I know. And that's
I've said it a million times that as soon as we go to break, I don't know what happened. And I can't.
Yeah.
And I go, I know that we should be able to be like, oh, we should use that as a clip, whatever. But it never happens.
Right. And again, and that's what I said. I said, so just to let everybody know, this is what's going to happen. No one's going to help me, but I'm going to be expected to do this daily. And the only thing is, if I don't do it, then it's going to be a complaint that it's not getting done. Yes.
You're doing a daily tease now.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. You're pretty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But but if I didn't do it, it would be, why didn't the daily tease get done? Well, you know what I mean? So it's one of those, here's more work, but nothing else. That's it. And again, everyone's like, well, it's not that big of a deal. It takes you, 2 minutes to do. But those 2 minutes add up when I have to do 20 of those things on a daily basis.
I agree with you.
It's like 40 minutes.
Right. But again, it's just, it does get frustrating because nothing happens.
Did you ever think about talking to your boss about it?
Yeah, I did. I have.
And what happens?
And again, it was, well, we'll reconvene. It's not a good time to, but we will reconvene on this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking about this yesterday. I was actually talking to Amanda about it. I said, Carmen just sounds miserable. You sound like you don't want to be here.
Well, I'm just frustrated.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But frustration coming out over the air is not always good. Sometimes it is.
Listen, and I can stop, and I have before, because it's not like this just went away. I did voice this before, and then I put it on the back burner. But
I brought it up today. It's not your fault. I brought it up.
Right. And again, so it's one of those things. It's like you can only do so much, and it's either get over it or move on.
Yeah.
But those are my choices.
Yes.
And that's still frustrating.
I don't feel like those are your choices. I feel like what we need to do is figure out. We need to say, okay, if this has become too much of a burden, which is acceptable because you do a lot of other stuff, then somebody else will be tasked with this assignment. That's it, and that needs to come from management. That needs to come from your boss.
Right. And again, like when I had that meeting, I even made a list. I got in a Word document and I made a numbered list of everything that I do and whose responsibility it was before mine.
Whoa.
And they looked at it.
How many numbers were there?
Right now it's up to 20.
Whoa.
20.
And I even, and this is how nice I am, I even added the things that were taken off my plate.
What do you mean?
Because, like I said, because usually if you get something added, either something gets removed or you get compensated for the more work that you're doing, right?
I don't know, what job do you have you had before that you think that they add a task and they just give you more money?
I don't think you get more money, but
you do fries and all of a sudden they're like, hey, do drinks now. And you're like, all right, we're going to give you more money for drinks.
But you're also not doing fries and drinks. You either get something removed or if you get a new task.
I don't think that's how life works. I think you work for 8 hours and all the work that happens between those 8 hours is what you get paid for.
No, but if you get a new task or if you get more responsibility, you are able to negotiate your pay at that time because you get more responsibilities. I've
never heard that before.
But it is a slippery slope of
if they came to me tomorrow and said, we need you to voice a promo every day, I'm not going to go, well, what are you guys going to pay me for?
What if they tell you
advertisement, all your endorsements?
Yes, that's totally different. I didn't say a commercial.
Well, they tell you, hey, the show's going to go to noon right from now on. And that's just the way it's going to be. And you're going to do it or you're not going to be here.
Well, no, I'm smart enough to put that in my contract so that could never happen.
You're the one that has a contract.
Right. So no, but what I'm saying is that, I mean.
That's stuff just gets piled on and then they're just this is the way it is.
Right.
And again,
and if the show isn't named after you, it's a lot different.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is if I'm getting paid to do work between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., and this is the work that they give me, I'm done. Now, granted, at 10 o'clock, you should be like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm out. You know what I mean? That's all I'm getting paid for. I'm out. If you want to pay me till noon, I'll stay here and do the extra stuff.
But they just keep adding stuff.
Well, at some point, you're going to have to say no.
Right.
And I try. I try. But then it comes to, well, it's the best for the show. It's what's good for the show.
You're falling for it.
No, I'm not falling for it.
No, you are. Is what I'm saying. You should just say no.
Okay, I'm done doing the daily tease. I'm done putting stuff up on the website.
Don't tell me, tell John.
No, I'm saying it right now. He listens. I'm done doing all these little extra things. But again, it's going to be, well, that hurts the show, and now you're upset, and now you're yelling at me, and now you and I are fighting, and you know what I mean? It's a
Yeah, don't hurt the show.
It is the slippery slope. The things that I do help the show. The things that they add to me help the show. But if I don't do it, it's a problem. But so if I say no, then sorry, that's your job. You have to do it. It's again.
By the way, a former producer checking in, Moose, says, "Tell her to zip it. I used to do it every day too. Deal with it. Do better." And then I wrote back, "I think she would say, and that's why Moose isn't here anymore."
Yeah.
Didn't Moose say I'm out of here?
Yeah.
This is garbage. I'm done.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is if they go, can you also do this? How much are you gonna pay me? That's not it. But whenever they have 20 other things on top of the stuff that you're already doing, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. And if you're going to be taking on more responsibility and having to do all this stuff, either you're going to get paid more or you're going to walk. And what's she going to do? She's just going to walk? You know what I mean? Like that.
I would walk before I would be unhappy.
But that's the ultimatum is I'm not doing all this stuff. Well, then you're not working here anymore. Okay.
But here's the deal. You need to go in. No, I'm not saying you, Carmen. I'm just saying in general. I would go in there and I would say, hey, listen, I'm getting paid to be here till 11 o'clock every day. You're giving me work that's keeping me here till 1 o'clock. I can't do it. Either you pay me for the extra hours or I'm not going to do it. And I would say, here are the 3 things that I can't do every day. See if Johnny B could do them, or see if Galvin could do them, or see if Gio could do them, or see if Joe could do them. One of those things is happening. And that's it. And that's what you have to. That's just how you have to do it. And then at that point, they're going to say, okay, we'll pay you for those extra hours, or they'll give that information, that task to somebody else.
But that is not what happened.
Or they say beat it.
Well, yeah, or they say beat
See
it.
you later.
And
then you have to decide what's more important at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Staying here and doing that job or beating it.
Right. Again. And that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah, nobody wants that ultimatum.
Yeah, that's life.
Yeah.
That's life. That's life. It's been that way when you were in high school. It's been that way in your life now. It'll get worse when you get older. That's how life goes.
I feel like you're in too deep already, Carmen. you let them slide in, like 4 different things, and now it's up to 20, and now it's like, well, they're just going to keep on putting more stuff on your plate.
And again, that was the whole problem with me being the only one here.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff I know, it's Carmen being there, she's like the only one that can do it because she has access to the building.
It's what's worse, being out of sight, out of mind, or inside, in mind.
Yeah, that's why I got out of there as fast as I could.
Yeah,
and again, I voiced it because that's like you're telling me I need to voice this. I need to bring this up. I have. But again, at the end of the day, it all comes down to either do it or leave. That's it. It doesn't there's no other way around it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the problem with this job is that everybody wants this job. So the minute you say I don't want it, I don't want to do it, somebody else is gonna be like, I'll do it, and I'll do it for less money.
Right.
They'll do it. They'll do it for less money. Will they do it to the?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
they won't be able to do it as well as Carmen
nobody
does
cares about that.
Right.
I don't mean nobody. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I do. You're right.
You continually water down, then
Then it stinks.
Right.
I get it.
So again, it is just very frustrating. And right now, there's a lot of other things going on.
Oh, no. We didn't want this.
No.
What'd you do, Mike?
Come on.
No.
What did you do?
It's just a lot.
Why you make her cry?
You 100%.
Me? How did I make her cry?
This
I was trying to-
why is Carmen miserable?
Yeah.
She's so miserable.
Meanwhile, this poor lady who won the tickets has been on hold for a half hour.
Carmen, you're not doing your job.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Your answer was, well, that's life.
Yeah.
And then she started crying.
That's life. Put in your contract
life.
next time.
Yep.
Get over it.
Oh my God.
Cool. Thanks. Yep. I know. That's
You always
life.
push her too far, Galvin.
I think Carmen does
Nobody thinks I
a
did.
great job.
I didn't do it.
100%. Why is Carmen so miserable?
Yeah.
Did I say it like
Either do
Yes.
it or get out.
that? Oh my God.
Carmen's greedy.
Sounds like you don't want to be here.
Who said greedy? I didn't say anything. The word greedy never even came out of my mouth. Now you told me. Now your true thoughts are coming out. Oh man.
No, that's what you've been saying all week about the yoga thing, that you think I'm greedy because I'm asking for more money for being compensated to do more work.
Mike first said that, but then he came around and said, you know what? I agree with Carmen. He said that, and he said it off air too.
Right, but he did say that in the very beginning.
Yeah,
I think you're being greedy.
I didn't understand the situation, and once I understood the situation, I took your side.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said it on air and off air, so you know it was legit.
Yes, I admit he did do that. But again, he did at one point say that. So you have to remember that not everyone listens every day or for every hour. So there's some person out there that just heard you say Carmen's greedy because she's asking. So now the perception is I'm being greedy because I'm asking to get paid to do more work. But again, I just don't understand how that logic isn't logical to people. If you're asked to do more, you should be compensated for more, or you should have something taken off your plate. So it's not, you're not doing more, you're doing the same.
There are guys slathering tar on a roof right now just going, she can go F herself.
Yeah, and guess what? They make more money than me. They're getting paid for the job that you're doing. At the end of the day, you're getting paid for the job that you do. You chose to be a construction worker and work outside. That's your choice. I got into radio. This is my job. If you want to get in radio, do what I did. I worked for free for a year. I worked part-time for 6 years and worked 3 other jobs during the week and going to school. It's not like I'm just sitting here not doing anything. It's not like I haven't put in my time and I'm complaining about this. I am just frustrated at this moment.
Can we mark this for the tease?
Oh.
Carmen, I would just play this whole tape for John.
Yeah.
And sit there and cry.
Oh.
with your hands out and say, money, please.
Please, sir. Please, may I have some more money?
Big Dog needs to eat.
What?
Shane Gillis, that Big Dog needs to eat.
Nina, you still there? Hello?
Nina killed herself.
Hello. I'm here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry this is taking so long.
The one time she got through.
Sorry that while you were on hold, Mike said, "Why is Carmen so miserable?"
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I never expected to go. I'm going to put you on hold and we'll go to break so you can get your tickets.
Okay.
Sorry. Now I got 2 miserable bitches.
Oh, man.
All right, we got to take a break. It's the Mike Calta Show. News is next on 102.5 The Bone. Carmen, how you doing?
Fine.
Oh, no.
Oh.
There's 2 hashtags going right now. Hashtag free Carmen. Do you like that one or no?
Free me. I'm not in jail.
There's hashtag free Carmen and hashtag fire Carmen.
Oh, fire! Why?
And let me
I didn't make up either one of them.
Yes, you did.
I did not. I didn't do nothing. I'm just reading the chat room.
I mean, none of this is fireable stuff.
I didn't say I wanted either one of them. I'm just telling you what the people are saying.
You just started it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think that I'm so against you. You do think that I'm the number one guy against you, and I'm the one guy that could easily snap my fingers and have you gone tomorrow if that was true.
Okay.
Okay, you don't believe me, or okay, you agree with me?
No, I agree with you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, prove
And
it.
so
prove
just
it to her.
keep-
The girl's
No, but
crying. Show her that you can fire her.
Yeah, cool.
Wow.
Okay, yes, I'm aware of
You
your
guys
power.
are such dicks. We go to the conversation we have, we go to break, and then we come back, everybody's all ganging up on me.
I can prove that. I'll kick you when you're down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Watch
Sure.
what I can do, this crying girl.
You want to punch
It's been
me?
in my life for the last 15 years.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news. Too slow.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, jerkface?
Why am I a jerk face?
You
You're the
know
one
why.
that's kicking a crying girl. Today's top story, the U.S. Treasury just announced a big change to America. Change. They're officially stopping making new pennies.
Pennies.
Yeah.
We
Soon.
got enough of them in
Soon.
circulation, right?
But haven't they been saying this for like?
Yes, so they've been
20
talking about it for
years.
quite some time. But President Trump said in February that he ordered the U.S. Mint to stop making pennies. Every penny cost almost 4 cents to manufacture.
That's ridiculous.
Right. So it's supposed to save money, an estimated $56 million a year just in making pennies.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to get rid of the penny now? Yeah, exactly. The Treasury said it just placed its final order for blanks this month, and once those are minted, they're not making any more. The last pennies are set to roll off the production line early next year. There'd been a push to ditch them for a long time, like Carmen said, but not everyone thinks it's a great idea, partly because nickels aren't cheap either. They cost nickels, 5 cents, cost about 14 cents to make.
Oh my God.
And we might need more if stores start rounding up in 5 cent increments. None of this means that pennies are actually going away anytime soon. Around 114 billion are in circulation, and you still would be able to use them. The government makes more each year, or did, because the pennies drop out of circulation because people toss them in change jars or just throw them away or leave them on the, leave them in their center console and just never use them.
The last time I went to wash my car, I had a whole thing of pennies. I took the vacuum, just sucked them all up. I'm like, I don't care.
I will tell you, I constantly leave pennies like on a whatchamacallit, like on outside of a convenience store or something.
Yeah.
I'll just leave a pile of pennies. I'm like,
Gio's so rich, he sucks them up with the garbage can.
My wife was like, "How could you do that?" I go, "I don't care. I don't need these pennies."
What was that? 16 cents?
Probably.
Yeah.
But they should just get rid of change in general and do the rule. Like if it's, under 50 cents, then you round down to the nearest dollar. If it's over 50 cents, you round up to the other dollar, right? And then they feel like that would just balance everything out.
I do that with not Robin Hood, the other one, Acorns.
Yeah.
Acorns rounds everything up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to do
You
that.
save that money.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you got 40 grand in the bank and you don't even know what happened.
Right.
Carmen,
What?
do you remember who the celebrity was that was pro penny? Like when they started the penny thing, where the years ago they were talking about getting rid of the penny, and they found a celebrity that would stand up and do commercials saying that they need the penny.
No.
I think we need penny to. I don't want to get rid of the penny.
No,
Jay Leno?
Not Jay Leno,
No.
no, a little bit of less caliber of Jay Leno.
It was Carrot Top.
No, less than Carrot Top.
It was.
I gotta tell you, I'm having a hard time remembering his name.
It was whatever his name, Johnny Fairplay or whatever from.
Maybe a little bit of probably lateral, probably equal to that.
Oh man, Danny Bonaducci.
Oh, I remembered his name. No, lower than Danny Bonaducci was Kevin Federline.
Oh,
Britney Spears' first
yeah.
husband. Yeah, he was the guy that they
What?
could afford to be the spokesman that was pro penny.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just remember there were like PSA videos of him. He's like, "Yo, we gotta give the penny. You gotta keep the penny, dog."
man, he got Britney when she was hot.
Oh
like in her
yeah,
prime.
tight.
But
Yeah.
yeah, he put kids in it, didn't he?
Yeah. They got two kids.
So he's got money. He's
Her
set for
money.
life. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He's good there. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, they say like girls will go in the garbage can and get a condom out to try and get you pregnant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was the other way around, I'd be pumping babies into Britney as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I'd be trying to get her to be as pregnant as I could the first day.
Yeah.
I might even drug her a little bit. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it is wild. Like, could you imagine being in 2000 and going, in 25 years you could have sex with Britney Spears? Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. And then see her now.
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
dancing. and stuff.
Crazy.
I mean,
I-
we'd all still bang her, but you know what I'm saying.
I
would only
still
bet-
think it's not her. I don't think that's the real.
Carmen,
It-
I believe you could be absolutely right on that.
The more videos that
so
come
wild.
out, yeah, and she doesn't sound the same or move the same.
People
or
point out that her teeth are all different.
her teeth
Yeah,
are different.
meth will do that to you.
Yeah.
But again, but there was never a rumor that she was on meth.
No,
you know?
I'm just saying there could be anything. It could be
Right.
it could be sugar that's running.
But it also could be somebody else. We know they
Could
can
be.
clone people.
Could be.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know it's easy to make a blonde. You know what I mean? A little blonde that can dance. Like it was very easy. It's very possible that they just replaced her with somebody else.
It's one of those things where I don't know what's real anymore.
Right.
Because whenever they show her video and then they slow it down and she turns and the face changes and it's a person with a beard and you're like, did they put that in there? Is that the
Yeah.
real video? What's going on? But it looks like there's like a deep fake thing and it's wild. So I have no idea. I don't know what's going
I
on.
gotta be honest with you. I also don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever happens.
It's interesting though. Like,
Oh, no, it's interesting.
Think about if you found out 100% certain that they've been putting out fake Britney Spears videos.
No, it's definitely interesting. I'm just saying, like, if she's trapped, if she's not trapped, I don't care.
You see her, the lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's the same girl that went and shaved her head and did all that. You know what I mean? She's got mental issues.
Anybody else feel like Carmen's about to shave her head if it keeps going like this?
Oh no, trust me, I'm not even
Britney
that
alone.
close.
What's that, Joe?
Leave Carmen alone.
Remember that?
That's a deep reference, Joe.
That was a person that got famous
Yep.
Yeah.
for crying under his blankets and saying, leave Britney
It
alone.
was like one of the first viral videos.
Yeah.
I think he does like a podcast.
Are you serious?
He's
I'm
still
sure.
like somewhat making a living as that guy.
Yeah, and probably, goes around to like grocery store openings and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Spokesman for the penny.
Or bars have him out. We're going to have the Leave Britney Spears Alone guy out here tonight.
I forgot that was a guy.
Well,
Yeah.
sort of.
Thing.
Yeah, whatever it was. Memorial Day weekend coming up. If you're looking for some Memorial Day deals this weekend, a bunch of websites have different lists, including Yahoo, CNET, NBC News, Food and Wine. What's like a Memorial Day
Mattress.
mattresses? Is that
we need a mattress in our room, and we were like, it's Memorial Day. Should we go buy a mattress this weekend?
But that seems to be the sale. Like Memorial Day is mattresses.
Yeah. President's Day.
Yeah.
President's Day is a lot of music stuff for me.
Washer
I
and
always know.
dryers.
Like that's what is cars? Do cars have like a big weekend?
Labor Day.
Labor Day, big Labor Day
I'm
sale.
just saying these
maybe
things. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
I need a mattress.
Well, I happen to know a good mattress. Didn't you get one of those before?
Yeah,
or
but
no?
I need a king size mattress.
Mine's a king.
Really?
That's what I got. Yeah, I'll send you the info.
I have that one. I bought the one that the
Right.
mattress that you endorsed without being
Yeah.
paid for it for my son. He's been using that for years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just we need a new mattress.
I can't wait till somebody says Happy Memorial Day, and then they get flamed on the internet about it's for it's supporting the troops that have passed and died in combat.
It's
happy
funny
about it.
that you bring that up because there is a poll about that. About do you know what Memorial Day is about? Has it lost its original meaning?
Yeah.
52% think it's true that they may be right. 40% say American fallen troops is not the first thing they associate with Memorial Day anymore.
It's mattresses.
60% is says it still is, but age matters. Just 48% of Gen Zers say yes, compared to 76% of baby boomers think about fallen troops and stuff. It's obviously okay to. Come on!
No.
You know why?
It touched my eye.
Look,
Yeah,
Joe's got a banana peel over there.
A fly just touched my eye.
I brought a banana.
Scumbag. You know what's going on here, and you're making it worse.
You're making bananas in here.
Well, I mean, I got to have my potassium, Mike.
So throw it out. Get it out of the room.
I'm going to throw it out in the break. What do you think? They're showing up because of my banana peel?
You're throwing the show off because the bugs are attacking Galvin.
I think there's another banana peel that's
Somewhere,
there for
somewhere
banana.
over there.
Yeah.
it fell
Somewhere
behind
over
the
there.
desk.
Yeah.
There's no banana peel.
Yeah. Chocolate milk.
All right.
Something's going on.
Chocolate milk.
Nearly 1.2 million men and women have given their lives over the past 250 years to put us in a place where we can enjoy some hot dogs.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Thank
cheap
you.
mattresses.
Thank you for your service and your cheap mattresses. We
Joe,
appreciate
are you going to tell us in a month that Max ate a banana over there and the
No.
banana peel somewhere and we can't find it?
No, I am not going to say that. There is no food or organic material over here except for me.
you. You're the only organic thing
that's
rotting in that corner.
That's right. I'm the only one.
Look at that corner. It is such a just disaster. Who knows what's over there?
I think the same thing when I look at your face. How about that?
There's so much
Disaster.
infighting on this show.
No, what happened?
My God, what happened when you used to all get along?
Well,
And Rob was the only one who cried.
oh,
Jeez.
all right.
Unbelievable. This, if you can pinpoint what is wrong with people, I think this is it. Like, this takes the cake. A passenger's list of allergy demands is trending after she was deathly allergic to the smell of coffee on an airplane.
Oh, no.
So she asked them not to serve anyone coffee on board the airplane.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, well, definitely it's all about you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything revolves around you, so you should get whatever you want and have it done, whatever. A guy that was sitting next to her actually snapped a picture of her stuff. It says flight allergy list, and it says seat 4A, and it says foods, no coffee, highly allergic to the smell. It says other stuff, no fragrances or chemical smells. Let's see some of the other stuff that she has on here. No gasoline or any type of fuel.
Well, what do you do though? I mean, if she's got all these problems, like let's say they're legit. Say she's got the I smell coffee, I throw up.
Okay.
Right.
Then
I know.
You don't go
have
on
to-
a flight.
Yeah, you have to figure out a different way to go.
Right.
You have your own car, and you can go there. If it's a thing that has to go over water, looks like you're maybe taking a boat,
Yeah.
or you're the boy in the bubble, and you live in a bubble, and you have the bubble on the plane.
Or you have to buy the surrounding 8 seats, so no one's in your vicinity. What is? Oh,
You can do it.
Nope.
Say
no one's in your area.
Say it. Come on. Don't Porky Pig it.
I can't.
Try it. Just try it.
No.
Just try it.
I did. Yes.
You could do it.
Yes. The area.
Have one victory today, Carmen. Have one victory today.
It's not happening.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying you'd have to buy all the other seats around you to make sure no one's close to you.
All the seats in the vicinity?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that way, I'm saying if you have that many allergies and that many problems,
Right.
you know what I mean?
But it's also, and that's even, I get it if that's true and you have those allergies and all that stuff. What's worse than that are the fat people that are like, you have to make the seats bigger and stuff and everything. No, you don't. You have to be smaller. Or
buy 2 seats.
You've chosen to be that fat.
Yeah.
You could lose weight.
Yeah.
You could be smaller. If
your problem is it shouldn't inconvenience other people.
Right. If you're 8 feet tall, that's out of your control. You can't make yourself shorter or anything like that. And you go, I don't know, I got to figure something out.
Yeah.
However I do this, whatever. But the 8 foot tall guy isn't going to be like, well, you got to do this, you got to do that, but would have more of an actual reason than somebody who's fat.
But also, if you're 8 foot tall, you have to buy the aisle seat or a first class seat that has more room. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna pick the seat in the corner.
We also haven't seen a bunch of people that are 7 foot something,
Right.
whatever, coming forward and being like, we should do this. You see all these fat people saying, oh, you have to change it and everything. No, you have to.
It's your responsibility.
You see like a small handful of people. You see these entitled
not small.
a-holes
Yeah.
that think that they're
Right.
you guys should make the seat. I mean, let's be honest. Airplane seats are ridiculously narrow as it is. Now you add fat Americans into that, and it becomes a problem. Then you add morbidly obese Americans into that situation, and they're like, "What choice do I have?" Well, the choice is the choice you made. So now you have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
That's not the airline's fault.
Yeah, I remember when a lot of fatties were complaining like the theme park rides were not they're too big to fit on the theme park rides.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what
mean,
the
like,
hell?
how big are you supposed to make those rides? Like, what are you supposed to go? Well, there's a couple of people who are on my 600-pound life. Well, then when we have to make it big enough for them, or are you going for the average people?
Yeah, because then you have a normal sized girl that's
flying
out
there.
there.
Because
The companies are to safely operate this ride, there has to be a weight limit.
Sure.
There has to be
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander scored 38 points a day after being named the NBA MVP, and the Oklahoma City Thunder overwhelmed the Timberwolves again, winning 118-103 last night to take a 2-0 lead in that Western Conference Finals. Tonight, the Pacers are back in the Garden to take on the Knicks, where the Pacers lead that series 1-0. Over in hockey, the Florida Panthers look unstoppable, man. They took a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Final with a 5-0 win over the Carolina Hurricanes. Tonight, the Oilers are in Dallas to take on the Stars, where the Dallas Stars lead that series 1-0.
Panthers are unstoppable.
I know. I don't want them to get back-to-back, though.
Why, though?
Because I feel like it takes away from the Lightning's back-to-back.
They earned
It's like,
it.
they did it too.
It does. I feel like it does too, but it also puts credibility into Florida when other people are like,
I
"Ooh,
guess.
hockey in Florida."
How
Guess
could they
what?
make
We did.
ice?
Yeah.
I feel like when other teams do the same thing, it makes it a little bit less.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. You never know. Things come back, but 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
And winning 5-0 last night. Brutal. A Florida felon is back behind bars after he did the ultra spicy 1-chip challenge and then drank a beer because his mouth was on fire. And his parole officer found out that he had a beer. His parole agreement said he cannot drink, so he's back in jail.
That's a dick move.
The 1-chip challenge.
Also, what are you doing the 1-chip challenge in 2025 for? That was like 3 years ago.
Guy's freedom. He wanted to do one thing with his freedom.
But also,
Eat
who
the
wants
chip.
to do that?
The 1-chip thing?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's so bad that people are going to the hospital for it. So why would you bother?
I don't want any stuff that's that hot.
Like, Tom would be like, boss, I'll eat that chip if you want me to. And I'm like, I don't want you to. I
Yeah.
don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to happen. Like, I don't want you throwing up in here. I don't want any of that stuff.
Well, for a while, people were doing it to go viral. They were,
Yeah, but it's also just so dumb. Jim Gaffigan has he goes, I love wings, but people are always like, you should get the 5-alarm wings and this and that. And he goes, no, why not? Because I don't want 5-alarm diarrhea. Like, that going in is hot. Coming out, it's hot as well. Yeah, it's a problem. Speaking of hot, I have a hot or not for you guys.
Oh, good.
How do you like that? Reagan Danielle Gray,
Hot.
a former teacher and church volunteer, has pleaded no contest to charges of second-degree sexual assault involving a 15-year-old boy at Emmanuel Baptist Church. The allegations against Gray surfaced last year, with reports indicating that the abuse began back in 2020 and continued through the summer of 2021. Gray was accused of sending nude photos on a daily basis to the teenager and engaging in sexual relationship with him. Gray, who was 23 at the time, has been sentenced to 6 years of probation, $1,000 fine, and now is a registered sex offender. Okay, so she was 23 at the time. She's a former teacher and church volunteer. Her name is Reagan Danielle Gray, and she's on the reg every day sending this dude nude photos. Mike Calta, hot or not?
Hot.
You say
so
hot.
confident in herself. She sent the nude photos every day. Her name is Reagan, and like The Exorcist, and she worked in the church. She's hot.
Okay.
Go.
Gio, what do you think?
Yeah, she's doing the Lord's work. I say hot.
Yeah.
Every day, sending the nudes. That's somebody who's very confident. 23.
All right, Carmen, what do you got?
Yeah, she has to be hot. Like, she's crazy just enough, like, and then also, sending nudes. She has to be hot.
Second-degree sexual assault and sending nudes every day. Reagan, the picture is in your text there. And up on Bone TV.
Yes.
Yeah, she's hot.
Tight.
Yeah, she's hot. And she looks bitchy, too.
Oh, my God. She's really hot.
Oh, man. Imagine you're getting those nudes every day.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Also,
but you said 23?
yeah, like, no, 23 when it happened.
At the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a few years, whatever. But, if you're 15 and a 23-year-old like her is sending you, my God, you're losing your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's still against the law, and she's a bad person.
But I mean, who is that guy? Like, what's that guy got going on that he roped this 23-year-old adult in there?
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Man, that's great.
All right.
We're such jerks.
This was an interesting fact that I found. What do you think the record for the most flowers sold in a single day was? Worldwide after a certain event. So think of an event that happened, and the most flowers were sold in a single day was the day after this event happened.
So I would think Valentine's Day, but you're talking about a major event.
Major event.
9/11?
Not 9/11, but you're it's an event like that where
JFK burial or memorial.
I got to tell you, you're getting closer.
I'm going to say
It is a person. There is it's something to do with the person.
I'm going to say when the Pope died.
The Pope died.
Queen died.
No, but you're getting closer. You're narrowing it down. It is a very famous single person. The record for the most flowers sold in a single
Marilyn
day
Monroe.
was the day after. Oh, you're getting closer.
Oh.
Elvis.
Princess
Elvis
Diana.
Presley.
Was the day after Elvis died.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Mm.
The most
How
flowers.
do
What do
you
you do
know
with
that?
them?
How do you know that?
Well, because they have sales.
Right.
Sales records.
Right. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, who thought to look into that? Like, who was like,
keep
oh,
track.
I wonder how many flowers
Probably at some big florist convention. They're like, I sold a lot that day too, and then they got together. Yeah.
What are you doing with them, though?
Yeah, I don't
If
know.
you're not in Memphis, what are you doing with the
Yeah,
flowers?
but people that loved Elvis, and you know your wife does, or your girlfriend, or whoever.
Oh, you
this,
bring
that.
her.
Yeah, and you bring her flower. I'm so sorry you lost the king.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
There are so many flies in here. Now.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Yeah,
Where do you? I don't even see them.
right there. You see that one?
They're swarming.
See him?
Swarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not over here.
hitting my
That's 'cause
face.
you got
and
the
hitting
trap
Joe.
over there, Mike.
You got the
that-
trap. You got a
trap and then,
candle.
dirt in it.
You're farting all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on over there.
Close them off.
You're burping. You might swallow a
Huh?
couple.
You're yelling at Carmen. They're like, I don't want to be yelled at.
They're legit attacking now.
Yeah. Jesus. Have you seen there's a new documentary about Pee Wee Herman?
I have not seen it, but I saw that it's out there. Yeah,
He was involved with it too.
He sat down and
before he
was
died.
interviewed and stuff, everything. In a new documentary, Pee-wee as himself is what it's called. Paul Rubens explains where the Pee-wee Herman name came from. Do you have any idea? Anybody know how he came up with Pee-wee Herman?
No, I mean, I remember the first time I used to see Pee Wee Herman. He used to show up on Letterman, and he used to scare me. I didn't know what he was, if he was a kid or if he was an adult or a clown or whatever, and he made me nervous. I don't know where he came up with Pee Wee or Herman from.
You know, what's so funny is the first time my dad saw Pee Wee Herman, what he said, and I didn't connect it at all. And as soon as he said it, I went, "Oh my god!" My dad walked in and he goes, "What's that guy supposed to be? Jerry Lewis?"
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh my god, yeah, Jerry Lewis with the small suit with the bow tie and then doing all that stuff." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't even realize." Yeah, totally, like really, just a ripoff of Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
So Pee Wee Herman, the name came from our harmonica that said Pee Wee on it. So he took that, and then there was a kid that he knew that was really annoying. His last name was Herman, so he was like Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee's Playhouse when I was a kid was fantastic on Saturday mornings, and then when the Pee Wee's Big Adventure, the movie came out.
I love the movie.
That
The
was
movie's
huge.
fantastic.
The movie was great.
That was huge. And they had what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne was on Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
And so was what's his name from Saturday Night Live and from News Radio? Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
Phil
yeah.
Hartman was on.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of other people on there as well.
Because didn't he do Saturday Night Live back in the 80s?
Yeah, I
or
think he did some
appearances or
stuff.
something?
Yeah.
Joe, Alexa is totally listening.
Oh, what do you mean?
It just showed me an ad for potting soil.
Well, we got plenty, Michael.
If you're missing it, the raccoons attacked the Venus flytrap that was outside. I don't know why the raccoons went after it, but they did. They knocked it over and knocked all the dirt out of it.
They're probably curious.
And Joe-
I mean, if there's apples and different stuff being left out, they probably saw that and said, "Oh, maybe the lady left this out for us." What is it?
The lady, the crazy raccoon lady.
Yeah.
And that's why today I hate the gays.
Oh.
Whoa.
The gays. I'm not going to tell you. Google it.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's not true and Galvin's made that?
Oh my God! Galvin told me that a group of raccoons are called the gays of raccoons, not the gays. GAY.
I'm sorry, they are actually not called gays. They're called blacks.
No,
It's a blacks.
no.
So
You're
now
not
what
gonna
do you
get it.
hate?
I love the blacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Beastie Boys have reached a settlement with Chili's for using their song "Sabotage" in a 2022 ad without their permission. Who just goes out and uses people's music? We're like, oh, we'll get away with this. Nobody knows who the Beastie Boys are.
I
There
gotta
had to be a-
imagine that they got a release from somebody and they just got it from the wrong.
It was
person.
the wrong
Yeah.
one. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Oh, got him. Ah! There, tell your friends. I'm going to leave you right here on my vest, you gross. Yeah.
No.
That's on my finger.
Keep it.
No.
Eat it. I dare you.
No
Put it on the plant.
Get out of here. The Beastie Boys sought no less than $150,000 for willful infringement over the use of their song without their permission. They also called for a trial by jury if necessary. They previously sued the makers of Monster Energy drink for unauthorized use of a bunch of different songs, Sabotage, So What You Want, Make Some Noise, a bunch of different things. Per the AP, the band was rewarded $1.7 million in a settlement for that back in 2014.
So $150,000 from Chili's after they pay their lawyers, they probably owe $20,000.
No less than 150,000
Oh,
is what the
okay.
thing was. So, they may have gotten $4 million for all we know, but
Right,
it says
right.
no less than 150,000.
I feel like this is the reason why Chili's doesn't do 2-for-1s anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, and-
because they tried to steal Beastie Boys
no
music.
2-for-1 drinks.
But Chili's has the deal now with the burger, right? Where they're like, it's $6. Don't say I don't
say
know.
you
You
don't
know.
know.
I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
know.
No, but it's like, what was it, Carmen? You were talking about it before, where they have like drink and fries and a burger
for
for
like
like
Oh,
six.
Applebee's.
Yeah.
Oh,
has
is it
it.
Applebee's? Oh, okay.
Applebee's, yeah, it's a burger, fries, and drink, not like a margarita or anything, obviously, but like a pop, you
Yeah.
know? And it was like $10.
Yeah.
And it's
Somebody
pretty good burger.
Somebody told me that Chili's has the $9.99 smasher burger that comes with an appetizer and a drink.
Mm.
Somebody told you.
Somebody told me.
Someone told you?
Somebody told me that.
Somebody went out there and told you.
Yeah.
Guess where I ate dinner last night?
You ate dinner last night at.
For the first time ever, eating inside the place.
Hmm.
Not eating from the place, but eating inside the place.
Inside.
I don't know.
Chicken salad chick.
Nope. I've eaten in there before. It's your fault, Calvin.
Do you? Oh, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Little
It's
Caesars.
the second time you made me go there
Oh,
in a week.
In a week.
what have I talked about lately?
You started it last week.
The New York Philly place?
Nope. Jazzy's Barbecue.
Oh, Jazzy's.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
No.
mentioned-
By the way, you started it.
You started.
No, 100% you started it because you went there whenever you were taking your daughter to volleyball. And then I went there after you because you mentioned it.
Then you tagged me in,
Right,
and I went
and then
back
you
there
went back
again.
2 more times.
You guys are tag team in the place.
All right.
Last night I had the whole family. We went there. Oh, you got another one?
Yes.
You're like Mr. Miyagi. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mike. I was just calling to give you some information on those drain flies that you're dealing with in the studio. If you guys have any apple cider vinegar, you can put some in small cups around the office there to help out. But there's a product you can order off of Amazon that will help you get rid of them.
Which one? Because I've got 2 gallons of stuff in the house that we're getting ready to use.
There's a foam. It's called Teco, Tekko, and you spray that, and it's a foam, so it gets throughout the pipes and cleans the micronutrients off of the S pipes and stuff. And then cover the drains at night, foam them, cover them, and leave it overnight, and they'll be gone.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Get the Teco.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's the drain flies in here because there's no drains. I think there's a rotten apple core somewhere. Yeah.
I see what
Everybody's
you're doing,
pointing
Joe.
at you, Joe.
I
It's
don't know
that
why.
corner,
I'm
man.
not hiding it. It's you. Look.
It's definitely not me.
Right
I don't
here.
have any
I'm
flies around
circling
me.
the area.
Listen, there's no flies over here by me.
They're originating from somewhere.
You taped it under my chair or something.
Yeah,
What'd you
I
do?
mean, if they were originating here, wouldn't I be inundated with flies? Shouldn't there be more
Maybe your
flies
clone's
over
keeping
here?
them away, or you chucking clouds,
Yeah.
keeping them away. By the way, we just got an email about, hey, have a good Memorial Day weekend. Did you know today is the 1-year anniversary of Brian passing away?
I did,
it
yeah.
sucks.
That's wild.
Oh.
It's crazy. It's been a year already.
Yeah.
I thought about it when we were on the cruise because
Yeah.
the last time I really
Yeah.
saw him in person was on the cruise.
I was having a good time. Yeah.
Brian
Fun.
was a general sales manager that worked for the station, very young guy, and he passed away suddenly. I think he had a heart attack.
Yeah. Go get checked out. Go to your doctor. Go get checked out. See what's going on.
I was driving, and Jason, our big boss, called me, and I answered the phone, and I go, "This can't be good." He goes, "Nope, I'm afraid it's not." He had bad news, and I was like, "Oh."
I
well,
know
sucks.
where you were driving to.
I mean, I know exactly where I was when he called, but where was I going?
You were going to see Jason Beeler, Saigon Kick.
You're right.
Yeah, because I was too, and Jason called me,
Yep,
and I
yep,
was like,
yep.
"No way!"
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Ugh.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to give you a little tidbit about Pee Wee Herman. Lawrence Fishburne was Cowboy Curtis and got his start there too.
Yeah,
what I said.
said that.
Oh,
We don't-
sorry.
Yeah, we don't need. We got it. There's 5 of us. We don't need extra help. Thank you. Mike Calta Show, hello.
Good morning, Michael. I have a question for you. Where do you keep your cat litter box?
Far from where we are right now.
Because the flies, even though it's far away, they could be attracted to that.
So
just
I keep
that in
the
mind.
cat litter box in the laundry room, which is far from here, but also it's that cat litter box is changed by somebody who has a crazy phobia of cat poop, and it's I'd sit in that cat box. It's always clean.
I've
So
used it before.
thank you,
It's
Joe.
Okay.
Uses it. Yeah, thank you though. I appreciate it. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hi, I'm taking a long drive, and I was wondering if there was any contests that were going on this morning.
Yes, and we're gonna give away $1,000 in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, wonderful! Can I participate?
Yes.
Just download the Bone app and be listening.
Okay.
Thank you. It's easy as that.
Long drive off a short bridge.
Yeah.
I feel like she was setting us up to plug the Bone Bonus cash contest.
I think she just wants some free stuff.
Oh, well, enjoy your long drive.
I felt like she was driving through, like she's not even from Tampa, and she just wants to win some free stuff.
Oh,
you know
I
what I
hope
mean?
she doesn't win then.
Taking a long drive. I'm
Take
from
that back.
Detroit.
I'm lost.
In the Diddy trial yesterday, Kid Cudi testified about Diddy breaking into his home back in 2011 and possibly torching his car a few weeks later.
Yeah, they so evidently Diddy had somebody, because Kid Cudi dated Cassie, and Diddy had somebody go and cut a hole in the roof of his porch and put a Molotov cocktail inside his car. And then he said, Diddy and I agreed to have a sit down and have a talk about our differences. And I walked in the room, and he goes, and Diddy was standing there in Las Vegas in front of the curtains with his arms behind his back. He goes, he looked like a Marvel supervillain. Yeah. And he said, and I went up to him and I said, what are we going to do about my Porsche? And he said, I don't know anything about that. Because he's such garbage.
That's wild.
And this is all he's testifying under ooth.
Oh, yeah.
Telling this stuff. Which is, you know.
No, Diddy just seems like but he also seems to me like a person that had so much money that he just thought he was untouchable.
Yeah.
Those sort of people, when you watch them, when you think that when they're out constantly pounding their chest and talking about how great they are and how untouchable they are, and then they fall and they get crushed, you go, good for you.
Yeah.
That's why nobody cares about Diddy, because he was one of those guys that probably treated so many people terribly.
I'm trying to follow the story, but then the more I get into it, I'm like, I don't really care.
I care about the salacious stuff.
Yeah.
I want to know about the fact that Diddy was banging dudes. I want to know about the other celebrities at the party. I want to know about why there was so much baby oil, if they were really drugging people. But you're right? For the most part, I don't care about the players.
Yeah, like I wonder who he's going to take down with him. Like, I'm fascinated by that, but I don't know.
I don't think he's going to take anybody down. I think he's probably afraid. He's probably afraid of, getting killed because he's, look at Epstein, look at all those other people, look at what the Clintons can do. So he's probably afraid.
I don't think he ever gets out of jail.
I don't think he ever gets out of jail either. But I'm not exactly sure why he's in jail. I still don't get all that.
Well, it's a lot of charges.
I know, but I don't
Human trafficking, like all
where is
rape
that?
stuff.
Where is the trafficking?
Just on its own, him beating up the Cassie girl.
Yeah.
There's
but
video.
That's not going to keep you in jail forever.
Yeah, but you have charges against you.
Sure,
you're in jail.
He's going to go to jail, but I mean, Gio's saying forever, and I can't see where those charges are. Like, I don't understand. Show me the I'm not saying it's not happening. I just don't see it. I want to know what they know.
It was those sex parties.
And they were saying when Cassie got beat, like that hotel, they were saying like Diddy, they would have their freak offs there, right?
Right.
And they would leave the rooms in such a disaster that like some hotels had to ask them not to come back.
Right.
Some hotels had to ask them to pay to refurbish the entire room.
Right.
Or
That's what rock
floor.
stars do. Rock stars destroy hotel rooms. They've been doing that for years.
Right, but this is evidence, and it goes to say that these freak offs were actually happening, and the people that are saying that they were being trafficked for the freak offs. It also makes them more credible because everyone's saying, oh, they're not having giant celebrity orgies. Well, yes, they were. So when these people, what I mean?
You know what celebrities don't have a shortage of? Girls.
Here's the thing.
Illegal.
Right. And also they don't have a shortage of groupies and girls that are willing to have sex with them. So why are we trafficking girls?
Doing what they want to do, because have you heard about the Dubai porta potty parties?
I have, yes.
Right. But so what I'm saying is like they're paying girls to do these disgusting, vile things where Diddy was trafficking girls and stealing girls
and kidnapping
and
so
making
here are the
them
federal
do it
charges.
without paying them.
Yeah, here are the federal charges against Diddy. Racketeering conspiracy. Prosecutors allege that Combs engaged in a long-running criminal enterprise involving sex trafficking, drug offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Combs is accused of coercing individuals into engaging in sex, often involving drugs and commercial sex workers, and then also transportation of purpose of prostitution. He's charged with transporting individuals across state lines for the purpose of engaging in prostitution.
No question.
Then there's also civil lawsuits.
Is
against him
that
as well.
enough to keep him in jail for the rest of his life?
Oh, sure.
Yes,
all
because
prostitution?
because the counts. It's not just one.
I know, but I shouldn't say the
sex trafficking, drug offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, obstruction of justice,
and crossing state lines.
But
It's
what
all
you're
federal
saying
because
is
he's crossing state
Right.
lines.
Yeah.
okay. But what I'm saying is that he's got a bunch of girls in New York, and he's going to bring them to New Jersey for a sex party. Now you're bringing them across state lines. Now they're willing. Let's just say
No, they're not.
But who are they? That's what I'm saying. Where is he getting these girls from? Are they from? Where did he kidnap? Did he go into the Bronx and grab a bunch of girls?
They're willing to go and meet with Diddy and be like, "Oh, Diddy's gonna make me a star," and then Diddy goes, "Get the goddamn card! I'm gonna kill your family if you
None of
don't."
these girls left the next day and went to the cops and said, "Did he kidnap me?"
I believe they did.
Yeah.
They tried, or he would threaten them. He would threaten their family. Yeah. He would abuse them. He would there's
listen
a
to me.
lot.
I'm just does it not seem odd to you? I'm not saying this is not true. I'm certainly not sticking up for Diddy, but does it not seem odd to you that they're claiming now that he was, I would assume, kidnapping girls by the hundreds or by the dozens at least, and forcing them into prostitution, and none of them went to the police and said, "Hey, I'm getting sex trafficked. Diddy is threatening my family."
But we don't know that. For all we know, there could have been 10 over
None
the
of them
past
went to TMZ.
10 years and done
None of them went to the
whatever.
New York Daily News. None of them went to any. Like, we don't hear
maybe
about
they
any
didn't
of
But
wanna
that.
also,
die.
they also could have gone to TMZ, and TMZ said, "We got a deal with Diddy. Diddy gives us all kind of good
Well,
stuff."
that
so
could
we're
be true.
You know what I mean? So I have no idea. Or this could all be made up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't
We
know if it's made
but
up.
Clearly, they have at least enough to what they think they can prosecute him and do stuff, whatever. I mean, it's a huge, all eyeballs on this and everything. So it's not like they're going to go to trial with this and be like, I don't know, maybe we got something.
Right.
They were investigating for months. Remember, they stormed his house. They got
Seized all his stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. But remember,
someone
they
probably
stormed
tipped
his
them off.
house and took all his stuff, and nobody knew why. They didn't even roll out the charges, or it was a while before that happened.
Yeah, but these were the charges now.
Can I tell you that, I don't know enough about this, and I also don't know anything really about the whole Blake Lively thing, but I think Blake Lively's guilty, and she's such a bitch face.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
With you. Based on what I've learned, seems like she is the one who tried to go forward with this, and it's coming back on her.
Still super hot.
But Michael, I think this is why the coercion charge, because those girls did not come forward because he threatened, he abused, and he let them know if they did.
But I mean, you get 10 girls, 2 of them are going to say something.
Yeah, but
Right.
somebody,
and none of them ever did.
But they all probably thought
Or
they were
no
the
one
only
believed
one.
them.
For them,
Because again, for the longest time, you said you didn't believe that Diddy was having these freak offs. You know what I mean? Like if you go to a cop and you're like, I was at a celebrity orgy, but you have no pictures or proof.
I get it. So it might have been hard for them to prove.
He's
Yeah.
got
Right.
pictures of you doing stuff.
Walking into the police station saying, I was at a party last night and LeBron James held me down while
Right.
Beyonce did stuff to my,
Right.
There was
And then pooped on me.
and somebody must have went to the police because it's all the investigation was all based on allegations.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, there is a stat that most like rape victims
Right.
will not come forward because they feel like no one will believe that it was rape.
And they feel
because
like
their
they
fault.
did something wrong. Exactly.
Right, that
feel
they
like it's their
deserved
fault.
it. They were in the wrong place. They were dressed a certain way, and then also it comes down to he said, she said. They were at a party. She was drunk, and she wanted it. In my eyes,
And he's
Yeah.
got
But
all the evidence.
you know.
I mean, it's a lot of questions that I have. I'm not saying that they're not true. I want to know where they're getting this information and why none of these people, why we never heard about any of it before this big federal indictment, where all this stuff just came out of nowhere one day and they're like, they raided Diddy's house. What's going on over there? And now we're like drug trafficking, sex parties, human trafficking.
They did say like at the parties they would make them sign like an NDA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, like now, so if you sign that, then now you feel like you're a willing participant and you can't go say anything because then you'll get sued or Diddy's gonna kill your family. You know, like that's part of the charges.
Coercion.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was invited to a freak off, I would have gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like if say I was hanging out with Titus one day and Titus was like, yo, you want to go to Diddy's party with me? I go, yeah, of course I do. And then all of a sudden, LeBron James and Beyonce are peeing on me.
But who was it that was just in studio that said like his buddy was like, make sure you leave before 1 because like you
Carlos.
like Carlos, yeah, go.
Oh yeah.
People would go to the party, but they knew what would happen at a certain time.
And I've heard that from multiple people
Yes.
that they would be like, hey, man, make sure you're out of here before midnight. You know?
Yeah.
That's when Diddy brings in the dudes to bang other dudes.
I guess.
Here, real quick, we have to do this.
What?
Here we go, Bone Fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farrah and Farrah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarrahandFarrah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is...
Get ready, everybody.
Lucky.
What is it?
Lucky.
Lucky.
This hour's keyword is lucky. Lucky. Head over to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter the word lucky before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone bonus could be yours.
What happened there?
Oh, my God.
I text Corey, and he just sent it to me.
Literally got the same email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Whew.
I got a surprise for you. I got a surprise.
Oh, yeah? Well,
yeah.
I think I heard what the surprise
We got
is.
breakfast coming in this
Yeah.
morning.
All right. I like it.
Sorry, Carmen.
That's okay.
All right.
What?
That was just everything was just so confusing.
Yeah,
so
they did.
I go to hit the thing, Carmen hits the thing, and Galvin looks at me. He's like, I don't have the bone bonus keywords. They send the bone bonus keywords to me at night, and I delete the email immediately without reading it because I don't want to be. I don't have anything to do with it. And I don't want to be responsible for knowing the word, so I just delete the email. And Galvin's like, I don't have it, and I'm like, oh god,
they did not send it last night.
So I text while we were talking. I text Mike and Corey, and then Corey was the one who was supposed to send it. He said my bad, and he sent it right as it was coming up.
It's timestamped 8 a.m.
Wow, perfect.
So
Good job, Corey.
we got it. Everybody's good.
All right.
So from Diddy over to Kanye. Kanye West had a change of heart after seeing his kids on FaceTime. He's done with anti-Semitism.
I heard.
Oh.
I'm disappointed. I feel like he's a quitter.
Well, in a series of tweets on X, he said, quote, I love all people. God forgive me for the pain I've caused. I forgive those who have caused me pain. Thank you, God. I simply got a FaceTime from my kids, and I want to save the world again.
Whoa.
The earth itself is God's kingdom. Share peace. Share love.
So he loves the Jews now.
I guess.
All right.
Okay.
He loves all people.
Yeah, no harm, no foul.
no
I think
deal.
it's okay.
Nothing to see here.
By the way, he says, I love all people. God forgive me for the pain I caused. Then follows it up. I forgive those who. Oh, well, no.
What about when he said Jay-Z's kid's retarded?
Yeah. What about when he was wearing the all black Klan outfit?
Yeah.
That to me, though,
swastika chain
come out when he said Jay-Z's kids are retarded. Look at them. That was the craziest thing ever.
All right, I'll see you on tour.
Yeah.
Finally, in news, Rolling Stone ranked the 50 best one-hit wonders of the 2000s.
Save it.
All right,
Save
so
it.
I have
Bring
the
them-
top. I have the top 20 here. So start thinking about the best one-hit wonders of the 2000s.
Yeah. Of the 2000s.
Yeah.
I gotta try and put all that together and try to figure out what years, what's going on
There's
there.
certainly some ones that stand out that you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely going to be in there, and it is. So we'll get to it.
My friend Sean from Three Brothers Pizza is here. Sean, grab that microphone. We do not have pizza this morning, but this is even better. Sean had an idea. What were you messing around one day in the pizza place, and it was like, I think I can make a bagel out of this?
Well, what happened was I contacted Matt.
Yeah.
And I was just messing around with him, like, yo, come down and do bagels, because he was doing bagels in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
And then he's like, all right, I'm booking my flight. I'm like, oh, he's
serious, yeah.
So then he came down. We did some testing. That's when you tried the bagels initially.
Right.
And then we were trying to sell Town and Country. This is the one store that you can never remember.
Yes.
That's why we switched it, just so you know.
Okay.
You couldn't remember. No.
Yeah.
So we switched it. So we couldn't find a buyer. So then I said, Matt, I'm like, yo, let's do bagels. And then the second we said yes, and all of a sudden that's when we found all these buyers. But we stuck with the bagels. We're opening soon. We don't have an exact date yet.
Okay.
But you guys have to be the test owners.
Absolutely.
Fine. We're willing to put our bodies on the line.
And I have to imagine that making the pizza dough and making the bagels is a very similar process as far as the equipment you're using. No, completely different. Don't shake me off like that.
It's different dough. It's different dough.
No, I know different dough, but I'm saying you can use the same mixers and you have all the different stuff. So it's not that crazy of a thought. Hey, we do pizzas. We can do bagels.
Right.
Why is it that I'm from New York, and I'm not a snooty guy. I mean, but you do not get the bagels down here like you get in New York, and people say it's because of the water and all that, but I don't think
it's
that's
not
true.
the water.
What is it?
It's a variety of things. But
Yeah.
In Tampa specifically, the humidity is crazy. So
Oh.
the humidity really affects the way the dough proofs and comes to be. But what I've seen from going around to a lot of places here is there's some specific ingredients that aren't used.
Okay.
That are used in New York style bagels, like barley malt syrup.
Right.
That gives you that deep texture, the flavor. So in New York, you'll get that flavor. The water does have some effect, but it's not.
Okay. So this place is called Bagels, Baygulls,
And bakery.
Bagels and Bakery. And when do we get to try that stuff?
Soon.
Okay, I'm just saying that's the most important thing.
Baby steps. All right.
And so I mean, what are we promoting? Like, where is it, or how? When do we open
at our
it?
Town and Country store. So
Okay.
it's going to be 10,007 West Hillsborough Avenue.
Okay.
And we don't have an exact date, but follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we're going to be promoting, probably doing some giveaways and stuff like that, just to keep promoting on the bagels, and then We're also doing the bread for the restaurants. Eventually going to be doing the desserts for all the restaurants.
Nice.
And that's how we're going to start getting that rolling. And then eventually it's going to be a deli. So it's going to be a nice New York deli.
Good.
Things too. So
you can never go wrong. I mean, because you got all the New Yorkers down here, and then you have people just in general who love deli.
So you got pizza, bagels, and I guess we just got to do Chinese next. I don't know.
But I mean, look, we haven't had a good Chinese food down here in a while.
Exactly.
Bagels, BAYGULS. Keep a lookout for them on social media, and we're gonna take them for a test drive here during the break. Perfect. You guys are the best. Thank you, and don't forget Three Brothers Pizza also,
of course,
which is for a large monster with a afro and a purple BMW delivers your pizza. That is my son. All right, we got to take a break. Thank you, Sean. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Bagels, BAYGULS. We'll be back with the top 20, top 100 one-hit wonders, top 20 one-hit wonders of the 2000s.
There you go.
I was close enough. Yeah. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Carmen?
Yes.
If it's okay with you, I'd like to take a break and come back. I don't want to add more work to your plate, but if we could play a little Who's My Baby's Daddy next, I'd like to give some stuff away for the end of the week.
Cool.
All right, we'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Comedian named Paul Morrisy is coming in at the top of the hour. He's going to be at Side Splitters in Wesley Chapel this weekend. Jordan Jensen is going to be at the Side Splitters in Carrollwood. We also wanted to have her in, but her management were being too difficult. I love when people...
I heard.
Listen to me. I will tell you right now, the most difficult manager I've ever dealt with was for Brian Regan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Remember, Galvin? You don't remember that? We were on in afternoons, and they were like, we'd like to book Brian Regan on the show. And I said, great. When could he come in? And they said, well, we can do it on the phone. And I go, we're not going to do a phone, but he can come in. And they were like, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. How's Monday? I go, is he coming in? And they're like, no, he can call in. I'm like, I don't know which part you think I'm going to give into, but it ain't happening.
Dude, that's my Monday through Friday.
Yeah, but
arguing with people.
But they're like, he doesn't get to town. He doesn't have time. And I'm like, cool. He just did 3 days in Opie and Anthony, so I think that he could figure it out if he really wanted to.
I guess she just filmed a special, and now she wants to relax.
Well, God forbid you promote it.
Yeah,
special.
I get it. I get it. I'm not like what's his name? Sam Morrell. Sam Morrell was like, I had to be honest with you. I'm just exhausted, and I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
I get it. You don't want to do it, don't do it. But don't wonder why nobody watched your last special when you don't go out there and promote it.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It is what it is. Meanwhile, Paul Morrissy's like, I'll come on the show. So he's here.
Yeah.
I like that.
By the way, I saw Side Splitters also having some girl that I don't know, but very attractive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. Coming up soon, I'll find out who
was
it is.
Was it Zhao Ying Summers?
Oh. No, but it was somebody that I was surprised that you hadn't already noticed.
Scoped out.
Yeah, now I have to know who it is.
What's her name?
Annie Lederman?
No. It was something Shell or Scal.
Annie Lederman, pretty funny, not a great radio guest. She was stunk when she was on the show.
I see Lynn Koplitz is coming back.
Love Lynn Koplitz. She'll be in the studio.
I don't see any females. Sarah Weisschnick?
No.
Sarah Huntington?
No.
Jessica Michelle Singleton?
Slappy. Samsonite.
I'm just naming every female comic. Steve-O?
When's Steve-O coming?
Steve-O will be here in July.
Oh, man.
Steve Byrne, very ladylike looking. Audrey Stewart.
It was something like Shell or Skell is her last name.
Shell or Skell.
Yeah.
Maybe she already came.
No, because I think I just saw them promote it the other day. Let me look on Side Splitters Instagram. Maybe it's still on there.
Yeah,
in the meantime, while you're looking at that, Gio sent me a story that I'm very concerned with.
What's that?
The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, but what could that be about?
They've got an official release date, so it's happening.
It's filmed already?
Well, they're getting ready to film it.
And they said they had like the original cast, right? Like
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway, like they're all a part of it.
Yeah.
But how do they do that? Like, she's not going to go back and work for her again.
I mean, she would have to, I guess.
Or maybe she's the editor of the rival magazine. Like Anne Hathaway like moved up. You know what I mean? And now her and Meryl Streep are...
no, there is no word on if Hathaway will reprise her role as Annie in The Devil Wears Prada, which she said was never going to happen. But the film will likely be fed. I can handle it if it's another Miranda movie where she's just mean to another girl.
I mean, yeah, you got to have Meryl Streep.
But again, she was kind of like late on in her career. Like I would think by this point she would be like retired. Remember, because that was the thing. They were like trying to push her out, and then she worked a deal to stay and have that other girl go.
Right.
But
It'll probably be a different plot in the movie. Like maybe it'll be her ending her career.
Okay, like going out.
Yeah, with this girl, or them trying to push her out or something.
I mean, if they can figure out a good plot, and they get the original people back, I think it'll be good. I just sent you a picture of who this chick is.
All right, let me see.
Let's see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Maron.
Right?
Oh, that Shank?
Yeah.
Yeah. She is smoking hot.
I don't know whether she's funny or not, but
she's got a good podcast.
Okay.
I don't know if she's funny either. Did she come already?
She is going to be there. When did it say? Let's see. Hang on.
Yeah, she is real pretty.
So
June 28th.
She does a podcast with another hot chick too.
So Devil Wears Prada is based on a book, and there's a sequel to the book that's out there.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, it's a sequel to the original novel, and it picks up 10 years later. Andy is now the editor of a successful bridal magazine called The Plunge, which she runs with her former runway nemesis turned BFF, Emily Charlton.
Oh, okay.
Andy is engaged, but things aren't perfect, especially when Miranda Presley reappears and wants to buy The Plunge.
Bridal. I like it.
The story deals with Andy's lingering trauma from working under Miranda, her trust issues, and whether she can stay true to herself in the cutthroat world of media.
I like it. I hope it happens now.
So that's what the book is based on.
Maybe I'll go read the book.
But is the first one it's based on the book, obviously? But does anyone know how close it is or how far they? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
no, you know the rules, Carmen. Once they've made a movie, there's no reason to read the book.
Right.
Yeah.
You should have your wife read it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Have somebody else read it and just let us know.
Maybe Miranda's retiring, and that's what.
But it says she wants to buy their bridal magazine.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good story. I'll tell you, as long as we get Miranda in there, that's all we really need.
The book sequel was in 2013.
We need Miranda, we need Stanley Tucci, and we need, I could do without Emily Blunt.
What about Vinny Chase?
I could do without him too.
What about Mrs. X Tom Brady?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's in it too.
Oh.
She's in it too. I forgot about that.
I think I'm going to watch that this weekend.
I mean, sometimes.
You want to watch it together?
Sometimes I get in bed and turn the TV on, and it just flip through the channel. It just starts, and I just lean back and I go, "This is wonderful. This is great."
You guys could get in bed, watch that together, put on that poking through song, and see what happens.
All right. Got a long weekend.
Gio's getting too close. I did something last night that was stupid. I wanted to watch Green Book, and the thing wasn't working. The movie thing.
So you rented it, bought it?
Bought it. Just bought it.
My God.
I just wanted to have it. I just wanted to have it so I could always watch it. Because they said you couldn't. It wasn't streaming anywhere. So I went to our streaming service, and it had two different versions of it, but neither one of the playback thing wasn't working. They said they were having some trouble with it.
I feel like you did this before with Green Book.
I
feel like you wanted to watch it, couldn't find it, and then you bought it.
I did, but I don't have cable anymore. I don't have Fios, so I had to buy it again.
Yeah, you know what else is on there or is missing on there is that thing you do.
Yeah.
It's not on there.
I've looked for it before.
It was for a while, and then it's not.
I'm sure I own it in some capacity.
Yeah.
And I'll probably have to buy it again anyway.
You just call me. I can act it out for you.
I quit. All right, we got some stuff to give away. Let's do it right now. A little Who's My Baby's Daddy. Here we go.
Okay, everybody, this is Maury Povich, and it's time to play Who's My Baby's Daddy?
Lord, I've been done had too many babies, honey. Who is my baby daddy? Girl, I'd be a millionaire if I could ever figure out where I got Cheeto, Limbo, Cracker Jack, Orangelo, K. Martina, Salmonella, Velveeta, Genitalia, Catfish, Leroy, Cocoa Puffs and Pluto, Penelope, Jack Daniels, Buford and Lamangelo. Who is my baby daddy? Don't even two of these children even look alike. Aloe Vera, Maybelline, Gingivitis, Brill Cream, Cruix, NyQuil, Gangsta Q and Daffodil, Ron Bacardi, Captain Morgan, D-Mark Torres and DeLorean, Gynolotrum and Felicia, Chlamydia Champagne. Who named these children and how many of them is it? Why they always want to come live with me anyway? Ask them who their daddy is. Look over yonder, they go. Nova Scotia, Bubblicious, Cuponita, Gonorrhea, Ice Bucket, Batuglia, Visine, and Margarita, Percolator, Terminator, Velcro, and Taekwondo, Varicella, Chromosome, Obstetria, and Shathid. That's the ignorant one right there, Shathid. Who is these baby daddies? I wish I knew. I'd show sue him for some child support, honey. Shoot.
All right, let me get a contestant on the line. Good morning. Who is this?
Tyler?
Tyler?
Yes, sir.
Do you have children of your own, Tyler?
Yes, 2 boys.
All right, so you're good here. I'm gonna play you. Are they same mother or different mothers?
Same mother.
Oh man, you're way ahead of the game. I'm gonna play you her side of the story first, then his side of the story, and then we'll talk about it. And you, Tyler, will decide whether they are the baby's daddy or he is the baby's daddy. Let's hear her side of the story first. Here we go.
Chiquita is furious. Her ex-boyfriend Louis denies he's the father of her now 2-month-old daughter, Chiquita. Chiquita says Louis is to do anything for Chiquita's baby. Chiquita says Louis is so heartless that when called him to come to the hospital when she was in labor, he told her he would come if she got him a bus pass.
One day bus car, he came for a 575. Here you go. 575, Louis.
Can you imagine what that must be like to get the phone call and be like, "You got a baby. I can't go see the baby. I don't have a bus pass to go to." Oh God, Chiquita and Shakita,
Chiquita and Sakita.
All right, Chiquita and Shakita. Let's find out what this guy has to say for himself.
Chiquita was never my girl. That girl was just a booty call. I know I'm not the father of her baby, Chiquita. Chiquita is a nasty, trashy hoe. That girl paid me $300 just to sleep with her. I know for a fact she was sleeping around with a lot of guys. I even saw her having sex with another dude in her car. Chiquita is not mine. She don't even look like me at all. Chiquita is a gold-digging whore, and she's not gonna get a penny from me. When she found out I'm not her baby's father, she better never contact me again.
So it sounds like we're saying Chiquita.
And then it sounded like he called her tequila.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused, but I believe it or not, I say he's not the baby's father. I feel like she's a slut.
Yeah, it's interesting because he started out with she was a one-night stand and this and that, and then she paid him. But you could still be the,
as you know, can be the father.
Yeah, you can still be the father. But then once he said he saw her having sex in the car, and he's banging a bunch of other broads, or she's banging a bunch of other dudes and stuff. I don't know, but he's really dumb because then he said that she's a gold digger and he needed a bus pass.
Right, he doesn't have any money. She's got nothing.
You're saying no?
I say no.
He is not the father? I think I'm going to go against you. I think I'm going to say he is the father.
Okay, all right. Gio?
I say, yeah, booty call. I think she's kind of a whore.
A little bit of a whore. You say not the father.
He's got no money, so yeah, he's not the father.
All right, Tyler, we got 2 that say no, 1 that say yes. It is up to you, sir. Is he or is he not the baby's daddy?
I think I'm going to go with Galvin and say that he is the baby daddy.
All right. I mean, listen, very good chance. Let's check in with Maury Provich and find out if he is or is not the baby's daddy.
When it comes to 2-month-old
Sakita.
Louis, you are the father.
Nice.
I like the way Maury held it out a little. Yeah. All right, Tyler, I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we will hook you up with your choice of prizes.
Carmen, sounds like you were right. It was Zakita.
Yeah, Zakita.
Zakita.
Right?
So we know at least the baby's name. And then she's Chiquita, Tequila, Tequila.
It just made me think of breakfast taquitos.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have some tequila.
That too.
Tequila and taquitos.
Okay.
Do it all.
What does it mean when your butthole hurts?
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
Rough date?
No, I
feel
feel uncomfortable. Like, I feel like one day I'm going to die of prostate cancer, and you guys are all going to go, well, he said he's been having ass
Yeah,
lightning
the guy
for a
who
long
came
time.
up with the phrase ass lightning died of prostate cancer.
right.
Shocking.
Do you want to go when I go get my colonoscopy? You want to go too?
Jump in?
I mean, at this point, what more can you do?
You lay on top of him.
Early,
Then you check both of you at once.
Go right through one and through the
early
other.
detection is key.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I just chair is just uncomfortable. I feel like I've worn the padding out in this chair, so now I just feel the poles in underneath it.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Time for a new chair.
Time to upgrade. Treat yourself.
Violator.
Listen.
Penetrator.
I want to say something, but I don't know if I can. I can say it, but I have to just be careful the way I say it. No, I'm not. I'll tell you off the air.
All right.
It's about. I watched a certain sexual act on the computer and felt it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like,
And this is why your bum hurts?
No, but it reminded me of that. It reminded me, like, I felt, instead of watching it going, oh, I went, oh no. I felt
Okay.
I felt
Too
the
much?
pain.
Yeah.
Too much.
It's like if you see somebody kicked in the nuts or something.
Yeah,
You're like,
you get phantom nut pain.
You can almost feel it. It's so bad.
That's not good. All right, congratulations to Tyler, who is on line 14. Carmen, if you can grab him, we'll take a break. A comedian who's never been here before, Paul Morrisy, is in the studio. He's going to be in here hanging out with us. He'll be at the Side Splitters in Wesley Chapel because he's not exhausted. He'll be in here with us next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
Double fist.
How are you, buddy?
Good. Thanks for
Pleasure to meet you. Yeah, happy to have you.
guys? Yeah.
You got the Robert Kelly rub. I said, Paul Morrisy's coming to town. Should I have him on the show? And he said, yeah, he's good.
Oh,
That's all I got.
In New York. That's good.
Gio said that you used to do TV news.
Yeah, I was a sports anchor, a TV sports anchor.
Where?
In Northern California, in Chico, California.
Now, how is that hiring process? Like, how hard is that out of college, or did you do it out of college?
This is going to be more confusing than interesting, but I played college basketball.
Okay.
And I was actually pretty good.
You are not a very tall person.
I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
A white guy.
Quite the shooter, I would imagine.
Somewhat slow. Yeah, I was a little ahead of my time with the 3-point stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, I shot like 50% in high school. And that was when you had to make all of them. Like, if you missed one, they're like, all right, you're out.
Right.
Now you can just take 20. But I finished college, had a good career. I got an offer for the Washington Generals, which is a team that gets beat by the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
And so I took it too seriously at that point. I was like, I'm not going to be a professional loser. Meanwhile,
what a solid gig, though. For the rest of your life, you don't have to worry about winning. You just get a salary.
Yeah, two of my buddies that played at Colgate with a Donald Foyle, who was an NBA guy, they both did it, and they would just do it in the summers. That was back when, like, before internet, they would just mail you all the tickets. You got like free.
Oh, yeah.
You got like a McDonald's card that worked all over the world.
Right.
And you just ate McDonald's everywhere for free.
Man, you passed out a good gig.
I wish I had done it, but I ended up interning with the TV station in Binghamton, and then I moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and just did like behind the scenes stuff, and then I got an on-air job. I actually took Rich Eisen's job at this KRCR in Redding, California.
Oh, you were like, I'm the next ESPN guy.
He went right from there to ESPN, amazingly enough. And so, and I was telling him I was the weekend anchor, sports anchor, but I had to do 2 days of news. And that was the hardest.
So during
part.
the week, you had to do like.
So I had to get up like this and try
sucks,
to like.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. It's
no,
terrible.
but here's the thing. I don't know if you noticed because we're sitting kind of far from each other, but I got butthole eyes, like Pete Davidson, and I can't imagine having to put this face on TV every day because, first of all, I'm naturally puffy, but then waking up in the morning, I'm like, and I got my sleep apnea mask on, so it's pushing my cheeks. So if I had to be on TV, I think that's the reason why I never got anything on TV. I always tried to do like I wanted to be those man on the street kind of guy for a TV show, and they were like, no, I think you're too ugly.
That was the hilarious thing was I was doing like Daily Show stuff at like a real station. Like I would go, I remember Titanic came out. There's like a line of people, and I would just ask like, why you lined up to see Titanic? Like, we saw it yesterday. We're going to see it tomorrow. I was like, the boat sinks, right?
You already know the ending. Yeah. So you get and then they just would they let you pick your own stories, or you have to?
Well, for the news, like they would say, hey, there's a shooting at this park. You need you to go down there. I was like, I'm not going to go anywhere near that place.
Right.
I heard there was just a shooting there.
Yeah, see what people want for Christmas at the mall. That's what I did. And so basically they promoted me to anchor just so I wouldn't do that stuff. And then it was during that time I went to Sacramento just to see a comedy show. And this woman's like, hey, you're really funny on the news. You should do stand-up. And then, I was a weekend anchor. So, like, Monday, Tuesday nights, I started doing stand-up. And then pretty soon, I got to, like, I was working clean because I was, like, on TV. I didn't want to get fired. So I was opening for some famous people. And they're like, hey, you're really funny. You should move to New York. And then so I quit my job, moved to New York. And then
you're easily influenced.
Well, yeah. I really didn't like working that much.
Yeah.
I mean, a few years later, I got to, I was making, this is like, you're making $17,000 a year under contract. I remember I had a clothing contract with J.C. Penney for $500.
Oh,
I was the weekend sports anchor, so that wasn't even enough to buy two
What do you
suits.
mean they gave you $500 like to go? All right,
buy
clothes provided by
J.C.
Yeah.
Supercuts, haircut, $500. So I got what I did is for $500, I got 2 half suits. so I could just wear shorts underneath.
Sure.
So I had a different tie, different shirt, different jacket. So
Right.
for both days, I had a different thing. So in every one of my videos, you see like I'm wearing the two different outfits.
Don't make them stand up.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 years later, I'm doing comedy and all that kind of stuff, and I get asked, they're like, "Hey, do you want to be a sports reporter in this Nike commercial? You just have to pretend." I was like, "I did that for a living, you know."
Yeah.
And so I made more money.
You do have that's what you have. You have more referee face than you do NBA face.
I did more. I made more money doing the Nike commercial for one day with Chris Paul than I did the whole year doing sports. So,
That's nuts, man.
But yeah, I got really lucky when I moved to New York. I met Jim Gaffigan when he was first getting famous, and I worked on his like first special and started touring with him. And then I got on Late Late Show, and then I was one of the
Ferguson?
last guys. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got to do that 4 times, which was
Oh,
great.
really?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah,
So-
I saw one of your video clips. I always wonder where. I mean, that's great. I just always wonder where they get. Like, who decides who goes? Like, you know how the Letterman was Eddie Brill was doing all the Letterman stuff. Who decided who is a Late Late Show guy?
Well, there was a bunch of different ones, but the guy Adrian, who he worked for Adam Sandler at the time, so he saw me at like some festival, and he was actually Louis C.K. canceled because he was doing Lucky Louie, and then I got to fill in for Louis.
Oh, wow.
And then my
great.
second appearance, Chris Rock was doing the Tyra Banks show and just decided to like walk in. And then they're like, "Hey, you know, you've been working on this 5-minute set for a year."
Yeah.
And like, "Hey, we need you to cut 30 seconds off because Chris Rock said hello." And and then I was like one of the last guys to debut on Letterman, that was like my dream.
Oh, good for you.
And then he was announced his retirement, and then I go there, and Regis Philbin is the guest.
Oh,
and-
really? Oh,
and he
he's the
talks-
guest.
Ran
talks
long?
too long, and I get bumped.
Oh, are you kidding me?
So not only did I get bumped, I didn't even know if I was going to be on the show because that was when they were just putting on Norm Macdonald, all the famous guys. So they did put me on. That was after Eddie got fired. It was like the real producers that booked me. So
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Man, I went there one time in the audience, and
oh, great.
Joan Rivers was on.
Yeah.
And bumped Louis C.K. I mean, no, bumped Bill Burr.
Oh, no
yeah,
way.
I remember texting Burr, and I was like, I'm so excited. I randomly am at Letterman, and you're on the show, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Sorry to Bill Burr, we ran too long."
And it's the weirdest thing, but it ended up being the best thing ever because, I mean, you're on the side of the stage. I'm just checking my fly, and the producers come over and they look at me like something died. I was like, "Is everything okay?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we need you to come back." Because Dave likes to do the whole show as a presentation, like a live show.
Right.
So he didn't want to do it out of order. Because I was like, at least they'll tape it. Because they flew me out here and put me in the hotel. But then they like threw my girlfriend back to the show like a month later. My parents, like, they were awesome. And Dave apologized to me on the air, which made it even cooler. Because he's like, we have a young comic. He's a great comic. You know, Paul Morrisy. He'll come back as soon as we can. We hate to do that to a young guy like that.
I bet you it does hurt him as a comic to have to bump somebody.
But even him saying my name, there's guys that like, "Hey, do you think you made it?" Because you did. David Letterman just said,
that's pretty cool.
'Cause I was the same as you. Like, I skipped high school to like go to a taping because I grew up in like a little town in upstate New York.
Oh yeah.
So it was just like the funniest thing. I was like, I just want to be a part. I'll be an usher at this place.
Yeah,
So,
that was. I love. So they mentioned they put our logo on the show one time. We had some the producers were fans of our show for some reason.
Oh, that's great.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And every once in a while they would give us some sort of nod on the show, and they put our logo up on the show, and my phone went so crazy that it shut my battery down.
Oh,
like
wow.
I probably had 20% left of battery, and I got so many dings and buzzes that my phone just shut down. It would kill the battery.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
That show was that was one of the greatest things. And then he would listen to the show in their writers meeting. Like the writers would listen, because we were doing afternoons at the time, and the writers would put it on, and then he would try to call us on the request line, like to do a voice, like to do like a character.
Yeah.
And he didn't want us to know. And the writer would be texting me on the side going, "Dave's trying to call you. Answer your phone." I'm trying to run through all the phone calls and try and get through them, man. Yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Dude.
I mean, the thing that people don't like, the two coolest things. I had a guy who went to my college that was like, his name is Mike McEntee. He's the one who did the Yahoo Gazette. It was kind of like the fake newspaper.
Yeah.
And he saved the actual blue cards for me that Dave held with my name on it.
That's awesome.
And the cue cards, which was like so cool.
Yeah.
And then you get to pick the song that Paul and the band play. A lot of people don't know that. So I got to pick Warren Zevon. So I came out to Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
Which made him happy. Yeah.
And so there's all. I mean, it was so cool because I waited. You know, when Eddie was doing it, he basically said, "You're not Letterman type." So I'd done Ferguson like 4 times. So I guess I'm just not going to do the show.
Right.
And then literally, I was like trying to get on another show, and they're like, "Oh, we don't like this," and I was like. And my buddy's like, "Oh, the Letterman people are new producers now." So I just sent it to them. Literally, like the next week, they're like, "Hey, we love the set. We'd love to have you on."
See, I would have I'm so I could never be defeated like that. And once they would have been like, "No, we don't think you're Letterman," I would have like, I should just quit and be a garbage man.
Yeah,
it would have ruined everything for me.
It is tough. I mean, it's such a resilient thing, but it is funny. Like I was just thinking about other comics, you know, because Tom Segura, you know. So we were finalists in the Maxim's Real Men of Comedy competition.
You and Segura?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Right.
And then it was Adam Devine from Workaholics, me, and Tom. And the winner got to open for like Rogan for like 2 weeks or something.
Right.
That's how Tom met Joe.
Oh, shut up. Are you serious? For a Maxim contest?
Yeah, so you're just like, oh, all these things that could have happened.
No, butterfly effect.
Yeah. But
you could have been hanging around with Bert all your life.
It's funny. I worked with Bert years ago, and I'll show you the picture after. But he's skinnier than I am in the picture.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, there's no way that's Bert.
So we know Bert for like 20 years. So I find some pictures on my phone of Bert and then realize that he's dying now. His stomach just says he's dying.
There's definitely something going on. I don't know. It's called
alcoholism.
He says his doctor checked it out. He's great. All the levels came back fine.
Then when he was here for the Two Bears 5K, he refused to let the IV lady take his blood pressure. He was so scared of what his blood pressure would be that he refused to have it done. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so and then I think this was 2013. I started working with Tom Papa. I don't know if you know Tom.
Sure.
We did a podcast together, and then I was Artie Lang's co-host for like 2 or 3 years on his podcast.
On his podcast?
At his
How
house,
hectic was that?
It was great. You know,
I had good experiences with Artie, but I also, you know, we have the same agent, and I've known Artie to go up and down, and then just disappear.
Yeah.
So I don't know when's the last time you heard from Artie?
I mean, it's been a while. I mean, there was a great run for about 2 or 3 years. I did his TV show. I don't know if you remember. It was Nick DiPaolo and him, and then it was John Ritchie, who I actually covered with the Raiders, the fullback for.
So I was on the show. I was on Artie's show when John Ritchie was co-hosting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started working with him then, and then my good buddy is Frank Sebastiano, who wrote Dirty Work. And then so through Frank and Norm, and then Artie. Actually, when I got bumped on Letterman, Artie took me out to dinner.
So he may have been on this radio station before because we used to play. Nick and Artie used to do nights on here.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
the replay. By the way, I sent Carmen the clip. We have Big Red doing the read about going to be on the Cowhead Show.
Oh, this is.
So he used to go by Cowhead instead of Mike Calta, so it was the Cowhead Show. So this is the announcer from Letterman doing a thing. Carmen, do you have that or no?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, nice.
Join us tomorrow as Dave welcomes Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Allen. This Friday, I will be dropping by the Cowhead Show on Tampa Bay's own 102.5 The Bone. Don't miss it.
Throw those things in randomly on the show.
Was that a goof or was he really doing it?
No,
it was just a goof.
on the show. That was actually on the show.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was on the show.
Right.
It aired on Letterman, but Alan Coulter wasn't on our
It was
show or
just
anything.
out of nowhere.
Just out of nowhere. Then one
I
time they
love
had a
that.
thing up and it said, my son was little at the time, and something came up and it said, "Stay tuned, Joey Calta." I'm like, no one else gets this but me, but this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, they love doing those inside jokes. They'll be like, there's a guy, Bobby Tessel, who got bumped like 10 times.
Right.
It was a running joke. And even like 10 years later, they're like, who's on the show tomorrow night? And then Dave would be like, Bobby Tessel, Paul? And then, I think Will Ferrell used to like, you know, and Norm would do this too. He knew Dave's style. So he's like, who's in the movie, Will? And you could tell Letterman was checking out a little bit. And then Will Ferrell be like, it's a Tom Cruise and Gary Mule Deer. But that's awesome that they mentioned you guys.
Yeah, dude, we had such a great run with them. It was good.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while there'd be a random voicemail on our thing from Dave.
Oh, so
just
cool,
saying that
man.
he loves our smell, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Also, surprisingly, Regis was one of our buddies too.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up meeting him. I did an album at that National Comedy Center. It's in Jamestown, New York. It's like this $50 million museum. They have all of George Carlin's archives and everything.
Wow.
And so they do a big festival in the summer. And they did a Letterman panel, and Regis was like the mediator.
Oh, that's
and so
cool.
I had a big like moment where I was gonna like confront him. And be like,
You son of a bitch.
But the best part was when I got bumped, I went back and I was with a buddy, Henry Phillips, comic, and he was buddies with like Mike Judge.
Uh-huh.
He introduced me to Mike Judge, and he's like, "Hey, Paul just got bumped on Letterman." And then my friend Henry leaves, and then I'm just with Mike Judge. We're just talking about like Silicon Valley or something.
Right.
And then Drew Carey comes up, and then Mike Judge is like, "Hey, this is Paul. He just got bumped on Letterman." So like he doesn't even know me.
Great.
He's
Yeah.
introduced me to Drew Carey. And then Drew's like, "How did it go?" I go, "I got bumped by Regis Philbin." And he's like, "Effing Regis Philbin." He had a crazy story about getting bumped off the Tonight Show from Regis
For
Philbin.
Regis?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
no
was so
way.
mad. But yeah, it was such a cool
That's a
moment.
good lesson to learn. If you were booked on a show that Regis was on, chances are you weren't going to make
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
It's
Regis is
funny.
going to get
And he
long-winded.
literally had like the Guinness Book of World Records for most TV appearances at that time.
Right.
It was such a
Wasn't like
selfish
he needed
thing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. and you know, he died, so I can't really pile it on. But I was always like, I want when Regis does die, I just want someone way more famous than him to die in the same day, just so he's like further in the paper, you know.
Like if Clint Eastwood would have died the same day. I used to try and pitch a TV show to Regis where, because he left the daytime show and he wasn't really doing anything. And I go, "Regis, let's do a show where you just move to Florida like a retiree, and then you and I just become best friends. And I take you to do all these bad things, like take him to strip clubs and take him to like,
Yeah.
he's like, I like
That's
it.
funny.
I like it."
Yeah, he always wanted to keep doing stuff. I don't know. Because it wasn't.
He knew he'd die if
he was in
didn't.
like Howard Stern's building or something, and they always tried to like get him to do stuff or something.
So I remember when that was one of the most amazing things to me when I was a kid, like when I was in high school. I guess Regis had a son from a previous marriage that was in a wheelchair, and Regis did not give him any financial support.
Oh wow!
And the guy went to Howard, and then Howard sent like Baba Booey out to Regis's because they lived in the same apartment building, and they sent him over there by the apartment building with the kid and a can, and they were collecting change for Regis's son in front of Regis's
Oh my
building.
goodness.
And then years later, Regis would go on Howard's show all the time, and I want to be like, "Don't you remember when he did this to you? Like, how do you like? I can't. I don't know. I guess it's Sicilian in me, but I hate people for the rest of my life. So
Yeah.
I don't understand how so many people. I'm glad, but so many people turn around and were like, "Ah, no, Howard's all right. He was just making jokes."
Yeah, I saw you on I saw the Godfather stuff out there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I love the Lenny Montana, the Luca Brasi. 'Cause
Yeah.
I go to there's a pizza place in LA called Enzo's that's like it's got all his like
Oh,
pro
really?
wrestling pictures. It's run by his family and everything.
Yeah,
so.
I love all that stuff. We watch that movie way too much.
Yeah.
We all have this streaming service that has 24-hour movies, and it just constantly loops The Godfather, and I could watch it at any time.
Well, the
Just
best
pick it
thing
up.
is if you keep watching. Like I watched The Killing, which is like oh, why am I blanking on his name? A great director, The Shining.
Kubrick?
Kubrick, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like his first movie, and you know the star is McCluskey, the cop from The Godfather. And he's like the leading man in this '50s movie. And then he's just this great character actor in The Godfather.
So
It's
I
cool.
read a lot about that kind of stuff. A
Yeah.
lot of those guys, not just like it's funny you say because McCluskey's so good that I go, this guy had to be something.
Yeah.
I always say that.
You
and
should
he's
watch him in
such a
that
good-
Killing movie. He's so good.
But like when they try to kill Frankie Pantangeli, when they bring him into the bar, and then the other guy hooks him with the thing. That guy was the guy they initially wanted to be Sonny. and they had promised him the role and then pulled it away from him at the last minute. So there's like all these other great actors in the movie that they found roles for.
Yeah, when we were just in New York, me and Ari Shafir went to that bar.
Oh,
It's
really?
7B. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
no
It's
kidding.
right in Alphabet City there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It's
Ari,
the Horseshoe Bar.
yeah. Ari went to the hotel in Cuba where they filmed The Godfather 2.
He went with Robert.
With
right?
Robert, yeah.
So that's the other thing is 2013, Ari and I went to Switzerland and Amsterdam. We did the Montreux Comedy Festival where they do a lot of music stuff. You know,
Right.
they have Freddie Mercury on the lake and everything. And so they try to do comedy, and it's half French. So the shows weren't great, but we just had a blast.
Yeah.
And then we went to Amsterdam afterwards.
Yeah, Ari's fun to travel with, especially to Amsterdam.
And we did. So we're like, why don't we do this instead of going to Baltimore every year? So we decided to do 2 new countries a year. So since 2013, we both have performed in 2 new countries a year. So he's done like Romania.
What are the best places you've been to?
I went to Japan and Australia last year, and both of those were like amazing.
Did you perform in Japan?
Yeah.
For who?
There's a English speaking comedy club right in that Shibuya Square.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's only I think 90 seats, but there's a Atsuko is a famous Japanese girl. And then Joying.
Yeah.
And Jimmy O Yang. There's a bunch of people that can really draw in there, but for me, it was just all tourists. Like Taylor Swift was performing at the Tokyo Dome, so it's just all these California girls that can't buy tickets at the Forum or something, So
that's great.
It was great. And then Australia is always amazing.
Yeah, Australia's gotta be good.
Yeah, just fun comedy wise. So
I'm glad we hooked up. I'm glad you get
thanks
in here.
for having me.
Yeah,
man.
Paul Morrisy.
Appreciate
Now you're going to be at the Side Splitters in Wesley Chapel this weekend.
Yeah, I did Ruth Eckerd Hall with Tom Papa over the weekend, and then I do a couple little theaters, and I always love working with the Side Splitters guys.
Do you get bread? Does Papa make you bread?
He
does.
Yeah, I actually lost some weight, believe it or not. I'm still fat. But
No, you look good.
I lost like 25 pounds for this special that's coming out. I filmed it in September. So gradually, I mean, he is pretty healthy on tour, but yeah, I mean, I have like Thanksgiving with him sometimes.
Oh, really?
And like Easter and I'm kind of part of the family, and he'll just make me a giant sourdough thing. And if I'm home for 2 days, I'm like, I don't want this in my house, man. Like, I know it's like great to have, but then it's just like after a while. So I'm like, don't waste it on me.
Dude, I haven't eaten carbs in like 3 months. This guy brought bagels this morning. I'm like, give me one of them goddamn bagels. Yeah, I couldn't.
Because the bagels are a big problem down here.
Yeah,
right?
they're just not. It's not like you can't get like a New York bagel, but those are pretty good. I don't know. Whatever they figured out, they figured it out.
Because in LA, they still don't have bagels really.
Well, we found out it was barley syrup. Whatever the guy said.
That's what he said.
They didn't do the whole thing about the water. That's what they do.
But nobody believes that.
They're like, oh, the pizza, they needed to make it out of, we make it out of New York tap water. We get it shipped out. And I'm like, come on. Man.
So many places try that and said that. Yeah. Go see Paul Morrisy at Wesley Chapel. When's your special coming out?
Next month. We don't know. They're still editing, but yeah.
All right, keep us posted.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
All right.
Yeah, my last one's up there. It's got, you just search for, my website's just paulhasawebsite.com, so it's easy to remember.
Perfect. Pleasure meeting you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
you
for
too.
coming in. We'll take a quick
Thanks
break.
again.
It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Thank you to Paul Morrisy for coming by. He was cool. It was nice talking to him. I like guys that have stories and are interesting. He was great. See him at Side Splitters in Wesley Chapel this weekend.
You been out to the Wesley Chapel one yet?
I have not been there for a show, but I've been to the place. I've seen it.
Yeah, I went out and saw Devin Siebold out there.
Yeah.
And it's good. I like the setup. It's different because you're like in a theater.
Right.
Like a movie theater, but it's good the way they do it.
I went out there. Ronnie and the guys had the Deep Inside the Music out there and did it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great idea to have the venue and be able to serve alcohol in there and the whole deal.
Yeah, it's a good setup.
Yeah. Tonight, I see at Cheers 54, which is in Zephyr Hills, 36616 State Road 54 in Zephyr Hills, the great Johnny B will be there.
Nice.
Johnny B, Ricky Hicken, and Catherine Maloney will be doing comedy. It's comedy night at Cheers in Zephyr Hills.
Every time I see Catherine Maloney, I think it's young Courtney Cox. Right?
I mean, young is a stretch.
Younger.
Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's me, Mr. What's up?
what's up, fatty?
No, it's me, Medicine Man.
Yeah. I said, what's up, fatso?
Yeah, I know. I just went to scale away 180 pounds.
Yeah. Sucks when they call you fat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, now you know how it feels.
I know what it feels. It's tough to fit in my jeans, too.
Yeah, well, you know what? You got the e-bike. You got lazy.
I also pedal with that thing.
Yeah, well,
It's mostly on the trails and stuff and long surfaces, but if I try to accelerate pedaling on the sidewalk, it goes too fast.
pedal faster, Fatso. What do you want from me? I don't know what to tell you. Mike Calta Show, good morning. It's off to a good start today. Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hey, Mike. Just wanted to say I love the show, and I also wanted to pay my condolences to the Eastwood family. I noticed you mentioned him earlier during the Regis Philbin reference.
Yep.
I did not kill Clint Eastwood, sir. He shall. If he dies in the next couple of days, I'm going to feel
Weekend's
terrible.
not over, buddy.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Well, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Clint won't.
Condolences.
Yeah. Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hey, two quick things. First of all, where we stand on Grammatica making the Ring of Honor, because all of a sudden now it's plastered with Simeon Rice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make those
Getting the Ring of Honor.
decisions. I know. I pushed for Grammatica, but it looks like they went Simeon, who also is very deserving. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but we need to kind of make the push for.
I know.
I
agree with you.
We're working on
I
it.
should have brought
And
that
the
up.
other-
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
And the other thing is, I was on the phone yesterday with my brother, and I said, I might look into getting an RV, and all my Facebook ads from that time on have been nothing but RVs.
I believe it, sir.
They're
I believe it. I'm getting dirt. So for those of you who missed it, we lost dirt in our plant, and I was saying we need to get dirt, and my Alexa has just been showing me ads for dirt all day. It's crazy.